In the inning, Polanco gave one a ride, so they were up 3-2. But it didn't last. Tampa jumped up by 1. The Mariners came back again. Tampa got up by 2. And then the Mariners made it real interesting. I don't know what Griffin Jackson's problem is with pitching against the Mariners, but he is not good against them. He had the bases loaded, nobody out. They pull him. You get a Garver sac fly, down 1. A Randy fly out, and Cal comes up to the plate. Could Cal get it done?
2-2, the stretch by Clevenger. Left-hander ready, fires away, swing and a pop-up. Left side of the infield, Caminero calling for it. He is there, comes out of the infield grass, and he makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Rays win Game 2. A final score of 6-5.
Yeah, that's not what you needed. Unfortunately, the team meeting pregame, none of it came to fruition yesterday during the actual action. We did see a couple of ejections. Dom Canzone tossed for arguing balls and strikes from the bench. Dan Wilson got tossed arguing about it afterwards. Lou Piniella was in attendance, and he gave a frustrated wave at whatever was going out on the field. So I guess that was cool, but unfortunately, these losses just keep stacking up. Here was starter Brian Wu.
You just got to take accountability for it. I mean, at this point of the year, you can make all the excuses you want. You just got to play better. You got to be better. You got to have more urgency. I think all the guys in the locker room, especially the guys that have been here the last couple of years, are sick and tired of the last couple of years of what have happened in August and September, and it's up to us to flip the script and do something about it. That's all it really comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, he's right about all of that, and I thought that he tried to really pitch that way last night. I mean, you could tell he was fired up and trying to, help will the team to victory. Unfortunately, being fired up just isn't enough in baseball. You got to execute. They didn't do it. Series finale tonight. George Kirby and Adrian Hauser has been really excellent this season. Meanwhile, Astros lose, Royals lose, Red Sox and Yankees win, Texas loses. So the Mariners remain 3 back in the division, game and a half up in the wild card. Nothing changes as everybody who mattered lost yesterday.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Kind of a busy day for the Seahawks. They signed, a lot of stuff with the practice squad. Satola Mea was released and then signed again. Jalen Gaines, Anthony Campbell, all were on the practice squad. They cut running back Damian Martinez and a couple other guys, but it sounds like he's probably going to be signed back in. I saw Brady speculating that this might just be a way to get everybody practice squad paid. Right? Even if you're not on it for the whole week, you still get paid. So trying to find a way to get all of these guys money for their contribution and essentially have a larger practice squad than you're allowed. Plus, they're not even calling it the practice squad. It's the ready squad. So cool. A lot made of the lack of home field advantage for the Seahawks last year. We think that's going to be an issue on Sunday. It might be. How about this report from Nick Wagoner, who's ESPN Niners reporter? He says, according to Vivid Seats, Niners fans are expected to make up 53% of the crowd on Sunday in Seattle. Is he serious? I know Hawk Blogger's gone. 53% feels like a really large number of Niners fans. I didn't think there were that many Niners fans, let alone here in Seattle going to the game on Sunday. I don't know. That number feels a little hot, but even if it is, I mean, like even 40% Niners fans would be insane. I don't know what's going on. I know Hawk Blogger's got his, the HB ticket exchange that he's working on to try to help Seahawks fans sell their tickets to other Seahawks fans. I mean, I appreciate it, but this may require a deeper dive to figure out what is going on here and why the Seahawks are having trouble getting their fans to be the ones who are primarily at the game. I don't know that I believe this report entirely, but even if it's a stretch, man, heck, even 1/3, even if it was 33%, it would be too much. What do you think is a reasonable expectation for Niners fans at a game? 20%? 80-20? That feels about
30.
right. Yeah, maybe even 70. Okay, maybe, but 80-20 to me.
California's not that far. You expect people to travel. There's some transplants, I think, too.
Yeah, the tech bros.
San Francisco's a popular team.
80-20 feels about right. 60-40 feels awful, and if it's over 50%, I don't even really know what to make of that.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Quick buzz around the NFL as the season starts tomorrow night. You want to start with Micah Parsons? His agent, David Mulugheta, joined First Take yesterday. How about that? his agent is on First Take. It's ridiculous. Talking about the situation with Dallas for the first time. Here's what he said of Jerry Jones.
I think that was the part for us that was the most confusing, right? I understand Jerry's always going to do what's best for the Cowboys, and we get that, right? His job is to do what's best for the team and put them in the best situation to win. In this situation, once Micah asked for his representation to be involved, we assumed that would go like any other negotiation, and they would reach out, or they would allow me to reach out and commence negotiations. But I can't answer that question. I'm not sure how this turned the way it did. We were open to negotiate. We reached out numerous times to Adam Periska there, who does their contracts. I reached out to Stephen Jones as well and asked him, to start negotiations. But for some reason, coming out of that conversation, Jerry believed that he had reached an agreement and he was not open to negotiating any further.
Such a bizarre situation. Regardless, it ends with him in Green Bay. It sounds like Matt Stafford's going to play, but he's still going to need injections throughout the year. And I got some other sound that I'll play you over the course of the morning. That is everything you need to know. 1:15 here on the Brock and Salk show. All right, so a lot of baseball conversation today. I know Brock's pretty upset with what happened last night, and we'll give him a chance to unburden himself at 7 o'clock. Moore's got a plan to help us turn things around, so we'll do that at 8.
Yeah, my plan was really more for you.
Oh, it was just for me?
Brock seems to think that we should all participate just to be safe.
We'll see how that goes at 8 o'clock, and we'll open up the phone lines at 8:30 and figure out what you think is going wrong as well. So big Mariner Day, plus still getting ready for the Seahawks to get going on Sunday. We have the number 3 most intriguing Seahawk today, which should be fun. Stick around. Lots to come. Jeff Passan next on Brock and Salk.
Touchdown Seahawks!
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football with the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel.
Number 71, Walter Jones. As strong as any defensive player he faced, he had the feet of a dancing bear, and he had hands that once they gripped you, he wasn't going to let go.
The next great chapter in Seahawks history begins Sunday in the season opener against the 49ers at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Upgrade your home's energy efficiency before winter during Lake Washington Windows Autumn Savings Event. Save $500 on every window, $1,000 on every door. Plus, enjoy 12 months same as cash financing. Details at lakewashingtonwindows.com.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Did you know that a pedestrian does not have to be crossing the street on a marked crosswalk to have a successful legal claim against the driver? Pedestrians can even be partially at fault for a collision and still have a valuable claim. Call us today for a free consultation or get my free book on pedestrian accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
My name is Georgios Tsetis. I'm the co-founder of Nutrafol. My hair started thinning in my early 20s. I tried everything and nothing was really working. So we created Nutrafol. Our hair growth supplements undergo clinical trials and have helped millions of men and women get visibly thicker and stronger hair in just 3 to 6 months.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to gnc.com.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Your time is money, so why are you wasting it stuck in I-5 gridlock, TSA slowdowns, and SeaTac crowds? Isn't it time to travel smarter? Seaport Airlines offers high-frequency commuter shuttle service from Seattle's Boeing Field to Portland. Park for free next to our terminals. Check in 20 minutes before your departure. Get there faster without the hassles. Seaport Airlines. It's about time. Book today at flyseaportair.com.
Goodbye baseball. Home runs in 3 consecutive games. Cal Raleigh, the big dumper.
The Mariners' postseason push is on, and there's a whole new way to be part of the action. Introducing the Home Stretch Flex Plan, a $500 membership that gives you the freedom to choose your games and seats for the rest of the season, all while saving 5% on tickets and no fees.
Strike 3 call. Triple digits to end it and complete the sweep.
You can use your credit however you want. Go big with club seats for a couple high-stakes showdowns, or stretch it out until the final series against the Dodgers. And the best part, Home Stretch Flex members get priority access to our postseason presale. That means you're first in line when October comes calling. The team is locked in.
J.P. Crawford! Game winner, walk-off fashion in the 9th inning.
And now it's time to bring the energy down the stretch. Come on board today at mariners.com/homestretch. Mariners baseball. Try dance up.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Some suggestion it was a timeshare sales call center, Brock, or maybe a 1980s newsroom drama movie. I don't know. I don't know where all that was going down. But Jeff Passan joins us now, I suppose, from his house. Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
This is all your fault, Mike.
Yeah, I own it. Brock had told people earlier. It's all me.
I don't know why you would ever do this to not just your adoring listeners, but to the city of Seattle. Mm-hmm. How you could put a pox, a hex, a jinx, any word with an X on this team. Are you just that sad about your life that you feel like you need to inflict misery on others?
It's not that. I'm just a natural mush. I don't know what to say. I am the ultimate mush. I have been my whole life. I'm a mush. Like, if you ever watch that movie, The Cooler, with William H. Macy.
Absolutely.
That's me. I'm the mush, man. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just a mush.
All right. Well, if that's the case, it's been great talking with you. Brock, how are you doing?
Oh, you know how I'm doing. I think of the three of us, I just wear some of that nervous Mariners fandom because it's what I've known. It's what Molly says to me. Like, will you just settle down? No, I won't just settle down. You know how this goes. You've been a Mariner fan your whole life, these ups and these downs and these challenges and these building you up. And, yeah, I certainly, of the three of us, Jeff, wear quite a bit of that on a nightly basis watching this team. How nervous should me and the rest of Nervous Mariners fandom be?
I'll tell you two different answers, and this is like a choose your own adventure thing. Answer number one, you should be really nervous because when September comes around and a team looks like it's playing with, little clenched areas there, and it's looking tight, and it's getting blown out in the first game of this new month that was supposed to start things like they started in August after the trade deadline, and against Tampa Bay, no less, against Shane Boz, who's just been absolutely horrendous over his last 10 or so starts. And for him to go and throw a 6 shutout against the Mariners, it's indicative of where they are, and it's indicative of where they're going. But the real me, like the thing I actually believe, and not just saying it to join in, misery loves company, I think they're going to be fine. I still think they're a better team than the Rangers. I still think they're a better team than the Royals. And I understand that they haven't played that way. And I understand it's very easy for me to sit here and say, I believe in the, 30 worst, what are we at now? How many weeks are in a season? 24. So we got 4 weeks left. I believe in how they played in the first 18 weeks rather than the last 2. And I understand even in those 18 weeks, there were ups and downs. This, I think, is going to maybe blow Mariners fans' minds if they haven't delved in as deep enough as I have. Do you realize that August was actually the second best month by winning percentage of their season? That's not to, I don't mean for anyone to take solace in that. Because when you start off as hot as they did and end up as cold as they did, it leaves a bad feeling in your mouth. But I'll just ask if things were reversed, if they had ended the month really hot and started the month really cold, your feelings would be completely flipped, and yet they would have wound up with the same record either way. I think we just assign too much in baseball to periods of time that we determine when they begin and end. Mm-hmm. And I get the rancor among Mariners fans right now. It's warranted. It is completely warranted, but it does not foretell doom necessarily. It might. This may be the beginning of what turns out to be an incredible collapse. But, man, I just look at the Royals roster, and I just look at the no Nathan Eovaldi, no Marcus Semien, no Corey Seager, Jacob deGrom running up against, I'm not going to say an innings limit, but throwing a lot more than he ever. I look at all of these factors and considerations, and I look at who the Mariners have on their roster, and I still buy it. I still believe in them. I'm not changing the idea that I think they can go to the World Series because I think they can.
So I think that's all very well said, Jeff, and it's a good long answer, and I think you answer it probably the same way I would. Yeah, there's a chance it all gets screwed up, but also they have a pretty good roster. The one thing I might disagree with is that I don't think they look like they've been playing tight. I think they look like they're dog tired, and that's not an excuse. But Cal's played in almost every game. They got 5 guys who've played in 130 plus games already this year. I think they're tired, and I'm not really sure what to do about that once you get to September. It feels like those are things you got to take care of a little bit earlier in the season.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. But they've been playing this season, Mike, like every game matters, right? They've been playing that way because they knew they were going to be in a tough race with someone in the West and thought that someone was going to be Texas, and at least I thought so. I picked the Rangers to win the American League West going into the season, and Houston surprised everyone. And I think the most frustrating part of this whole thing is that the Astros are very much within striking distance still. Like, by Friday, the Mariners could be in first place. Mm-hmm. I think that's what gets lost in all of this. It's so easy to get sucked into the doldrums. They're a very powerful force. And yet, I don't mean to be like Mr. Sunshine or Mr. Rose-colored glasses, but I'm just speaking facts here. Like, as hot as the Mariners were at the beginning of August, rather, and the beginning of April, I suppose. But as hot as they were at the beginning of those months, that's how cold they've been lately. And it's been ugly to see. But just as it switched from hot to cold.
Right.
It can switch from cold to hot, too.
So that's why I was asking earlier, Jeff. Does it really matter how they're playing right now? Not whether they're winning or losing, because you got to get in. But does it really matter how they're playing on September 2nd, or does it matter how they're playing on September 29th?
I think it does matter how they're playing on September 2nd, because by the time September 29th rolls around, they may have blown the lead already.
Right. Fair. But if they haven't, does it matter how you're playing now?
No, I think that the losses actually are not a bad thing. I think when you get faced with what the Mariners are facing right now, which is going from tied to the top of the American League West with the Astros to threatening to blow whatever advantage they had in the wild card and be playing from behind, I think with good teams, it resolves you. I think with good teams, it hardens you. And I'm not going to say it makes you immune to tough times, but it reminds you that when tough times come around, we are capable of extracting ourselves from them. And I think it's a real test for this team, because winning culture, man, like it takes time to build. And I do, like, I believe it's a real thing. I buy culture. I buy winning. I buy all of these ideals that can't be measured, but I firmly believe exist. Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to be a real litmus test for the Mariners to see, does this team have that winning culture inside right now? And can they brush off what's happened after the last 18 games and right the ship? And remind everyone why in the first 10 days of August, there were people, myself included, yourselves, I imagine, included, who were going around and saying that this is what this Mariners team was meant to be, and that the aggressiveness at the deadline was entirely not just warranted, but necessary considering how well they're playing right now. And listen, Mike, I am part of the It's Your Fault club as well.
Yeah.
Since the tweet, hasn't gone well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Salk talks about this, offense being the greatest in Mariners history. He threw his flowers at Luis Castillo and wrote a wonderful article about him. I mean, everything that he touches
really
turns to doldrums. I mean,
dust just, immediately. Yes. Yeah, it's really great.
So how do you explain this, Jeff? Because I've
learned two things on this show. Number one, don't ever call Seattle Mariners fans spoiled.
Right.
And number two, don't tweet.
I barely do that anymore. I've pretty much stopped doing that, but it's actually now taken over even my voice, Jeff. Whatever I say, it's just, you know what? Let's leave me out of this.
So help me understand this, Jeff. 13-3 at home, at that 9-1 homestand, 4-2 homestand, won both series against the Padres and A's, and then over these last two road trips, 3-10 combined. Help me understand why this team looks now so differently at home versus what they and how they have played on the road this month.
I wish I had a good explanation for you, Brock. Brock, you ask good questions and you ask the right questions. I feel like kind of a lout because quite often I don't have a real answer for them. And I wish my depth of knowledge were enough where I could address that very specifically. What I do know is that the Mariners were over 500 on the road on the season before these trips started.
True.
And whatever the reason may be, I don't know, man. All I know is they are now 6 games under 500.
Okay. Give me this then. Give me 2 or 3 things that Jeff Passan's eyes have seen for decades covering baseball of an actual fatigued baseball team. Are there some things that jump out when you say, okay, I've seen enough to know that this is not just an excuse or an explanation. This is a fatigued baseball team. Are there a few things that come to mind?
I think one thing is the amount of reliance on home runs for scoring. Right? Like, remember when Josh Naylor stole, I think, 5 or 6 bases in a week?
Yep.
Over the last 2 weeks, the Mariners' entire team have 6 stolen bases. In the meantime, they've hit 18 home runs, which is great. It's a homer and a half a game. And yet to score only 53 runs in that time, 24th in baseball over that 2-week stretch. And beyond that, to have some of the at-bats that you're seeing. I know that Randy Arozarena doesn't really walk a whole lot and can strike out a fair bit. But 12 times as many strikeouts as walks, that's not going to play. I still believe that Cal Raleigh should be most valuable player of the American League right now, but even Cal Raleigh over the last couple of weeks, strikeouts have gone up too much. And the home runs that were there so profoundly in the first half to make up for those lost play appearances with strikeouts, they have not been there enough. And it's been nice to see Eugenio Suarez get back to playing like people anticipated. But the reality is, man, when I'm not going to say Luis Castillo's their one, because he's not, but when he arrived, he was. And I think some of the younger pitchers still look at him sort of like the godfather of this rotation. And when Luis Castillo down the stretch is putting up goose eggs and not like actual zeros, but just like laying an egg in every start, when you're built around starting pitching the way that the Mariners are, and your starting pitching simply isn't performing to the level that it needs to, it's going to have a very tangible effect. And so I think that fatigue can manifest itself in so many ways, but those are a few right there. Well, when your starting pitching gets worn down, when you're relying too much on home runs, and when the defense is making mistakes.
I think those are all excellent, great points. Totally agree. That's a really nice way of looking at it. Some of that is hard to predict, but the one that jumps out is the Cal Raleigh thing. I mean, just looking at the numbers earlier from July and August, I mean, he hit under 200 in both months, 173 in August. I mean, good for him. He's taking his walks. The on-base percentage is over 100 points higher than the batting average, but yeah, I mean, you just see that playing every day for a guy who catches the majority of his games. He just caught all 3 games in Cleveland, including a day game after a night game. Last night, they're getting blown out, and he still plays the last 3 innings of that game while they now have 3 catchers on the roster. Like, I'm kind of confused by it. Like, we all know catchers can't keep that up. Why are we asking Cal to do it and then being surprised when his numbers are not where they once were?
I think an even more interesting element to that is your manager's a catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if anyone should know. And that's why that's the only reason why I'm not going to go out and be more critical of this, because I think all the points you're raising are fair. I also think Dan Wilson knows Cal Raleigh better than we're ever going to.
True.
And I don't think he would be putting him out there if he saw any sort of physical ailments. But beyond that, I think if Cal Raleigh's name were out of the lineup, he would walk into the manager's office and say, hey, pardon me, Skip, but what the you-know-what? Like,
But isn't that part of but hold on, but isn't that part of being a manager, is dealing with that and saying, yep, I understand you're mad, but I need to keep you rested for the entirety of this season?
But Mike, I think like we're pot committed at this point.
Yes, absolutely. I think
we're past that.
Yes, now you are.
And I think any time you have him out of the lineup right now, fans are rightly saying, what is he doing out of the lineup? He's going to be the American League MVP potentially. And you're telling me that this team that can't score runs is suddenly going to be able to weather not having Cal Raleigh in there?
Yes, I agree with you. But the time to do this was April, May, June, into July. I mean, like...
Yeah, and in April, May, and June, especially in July, the Cal for MVP train is going, and part of that is that the guy plays every day. My God, he plays every day at the position of catcher. No one does that. This is incredible.
This is why no one does that. You got to sometimes go against popular opinion. What's the old phrase? Tito and others, manage like a fan and you're going to end up one. Like, you've got to sometimes say, I know this doesn't feel good in the moment, but baseball is a marathon, not a sprint, and you're playing 162. You got to sit down today.
Yeah. The problem is he might still have in the sliding door universe where he gets those extra days of rest in April, May, and June, and July, and even August. He might still be stinking right now.
Totally
we don't know.
Salt,
so
keep
we
it
can,
going. Salt, keep it going. No, Jeff, I want him to keep it going because this is when Cal goes on a heater. Please
He could.
It does. Keep it going. He's done. He's toast. He's cooked.
I'm not saying that.
No, I know you're
Don't
not.
put words in my mouth because
No,
that's
he
what people are
wants
going to
you
hear.
Mike.
No, I want you to
Mike,
because then
Mike,
you know the inverse.
You need to.
You have this power, Salt.
Fully embrace.
Harness
You need to.
the power, Salt, that you have.
Thank you. Thank you. That's it.
Not going to do that.
No, I know, and you were not saying any of those.
You were given a gift.
Yes.
Put that gift to good use.
Yeah.
You're being
I'm gonna
extremely
die destitute
right
with
now,
no money.
Michael.
There's no way anyone is going to just start paying me more money ever. There's no way my life is going to improve ever. You think if I had this gift, I would waste it on sports? My God, man. I'd be a wealthy man. I'd be living my best life.
You talk about sports every day. You are living your best life, you ungrateful prig. Come on.
It's true. It's the other 20 hours a day that I have to think about.
Jeffrey, I don't think I'm the only Mariner fan that heard you in your comments earlier. Your comments were, well, I still think the Mariners are better than the Royals and the Rangers. I didn't hear Jeff Passan say, I still believe that the Mariners are better than the Blue Jays and the Tigers and the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Astros. We're now looking at what's behind us instead of what's in front of us. Are they not as good as what's in front of them?
I mean, I did say I think they can still win the World Series.
You did. You did at the very end. You did. But your first comment was a little more concerned about what's coming up in the rearview mirror and chasing them in the side mirrors even, and objects appear closer, and the Rangers are only a game and a half back, so I totally get it. But it was a few weeks ago, we're talking about being the number 1 or 2 seed, about chasing down hopefully a Toronto and a Detroit and putting them in position to have these playoffs go through their stadium where they are playing at a really high level. Do they have enough room and time and 24 games left to still have that conversation?
I don't think so. I think that ship's probably sailed.
Okay.
I think the division at this point is within reach. And it's, it's like in the American League right now, there's really no team that I desperately do not want to face. If there is one, it might be Boston, which is weird to say because they're just right ahead of the Mariners in the wild card standings. And, Toronto division lead fighting with Detroit division lead. And they are up respectively, I think, like 6 games and 6.5 games on the Mariners or something like that. Yeah. And can that gap be made up? Oh, it most certainly can. But the notion that the Mariners, who are right now teetering and only 8 games over 500 and holding desperately onto that 6th seed, would be the ones to unseat them as opposed to the Red Sox or the Yankees.
Yeah.
I don't find that to be very realistic. Just because, not just because of the gap, but because of the gap plus the number of teams that are ahead of them.
You know what I guess strikes me here? Maybe, and this has been instructive over these 22 minutes, as it is every Tuesday with you, Jeffrey, over the course of the baseball season. But, Salk, we talk a lot about ceiling and floors in football. We seem to not talk about it as much in baseball, right? I don't know why. Maybe it's the marathon of it and everything else. But it just strikes me through this conversation more than maybe any other that we have had this season, Jeff, that I think some of the emotion and the passion and the frustration is when the Mariners play to their ceiling.
Yep.
When you get the best Julio, the best Cal, the best Arozarena, the best Naylor, the best Suarez, the best Polanco, the best JP, when you get the best of these guys, the best Logan, the best Kirby, the best Wu, right? When you get the best of Mooney, all of them, we're talking 5, 10, 15. When you get the best of, this team should win the American League.
That's what Jeff's saying, right? When he says, I look at the roster, and it's still a good team. You got to play that way. This is now on to those guys. This is a good roster. This is a good lineup. It's a good pitching staff.
I don't even think you need the best of them.
Right.
I just think you need good versions of them. And we're seeing good versions of like 30% of those guys right now.
Is there a combo of guys that if they were hot at the right time gives you a good, like, because it feels like right now you got Julio and kind of Randy, and then in other times you got Cal and Polo. Like, it just feels like it's been that like 2 or 3 at a time. Is there, if you could choose 2 or 3 of these guys, like who do you need to get hot or want to get hot down the last month?
Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Randy Arozarena.
Those 3 more than Naylor or Suarez?
Yeah, I think so. Just because Arozarena is more of an all-around player than those other guys, I think. Julio is your most physically gifted and talented player, and Cal's your best.
Yeah, I mean, 2 of those guys hit home runs last night, which was great. Randy's having a tough series. But other than that, I mean, like, it just feels like they're struggling to get these guys all going together at the same time. Let's see, text messages. Let's see what the people are interpreting from this. 253, I'm kind of tired of hearing Salk badmouth Cal.
What?
I'm kind of tired of hearing Salk badmouth Cal. Anyone want to take that for me? I'd rather not. Lyle, could you take that one for me? Why does somebody think I'm bad-mouthing Cal?
I don't have an answer.
Maura, anyone? Because I think he's getting tired, because I think he needed days off earlier in the season. I'm not bad-mouthing Cal. I think the man needed to be, sat down a couple of times so that he'd be fresher right now. The numbers are the numbers. He's not hitting as well in July and August. That's not bad-mouthing. That's literally reading. No, I'm not bad-mouthing Cal. Far from it. I love Cal. Cal's amazing. Cal's the best part of the season. He's hit 51 freaking home runs, and he's an incredibly tough dude. Cal's everything you want in a baseball player. Please, no one's bad-mouthing Cal. The idea is that you want to make sure that Cal Raleigh is at his best when it matters most, and that means sometimes you got to make difficult decisions, like letting him sit down every now and again. No one's bad-mouthing Cal. I promise you that. That's not happening here on this show. Brock's in next. I think he's pretty fired up. Yesterday kind of got him good. It's next on Brock and Salk.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football with the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel.
Number 71, Walter Jones. As strong as any defensive player he faced, he had the feet of a dancing bear, and he had hands that once they gripped you, he wasn't going to let go.
The next great chapter in Seahawks history begins Sunday in the season opener against the 49ers at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The post-career day press conference brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Get in the freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Heward and Matt Marcus. Sorry about just Mike.
Heward, not exactly Joe Cap there in the pocket.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
All right, rolling along here on a busy Wednesday morning. Brock and Salk, we're going to open up the phone lines a little bit later at 8:30. We're on to our number 3 most intriguing Seahawk today as well. We'll do that at 9 o'clock, and we got trash takes later, so the Trash Master hat will be out. But Brock, we'll start with the unfortunate reality of yet another road loss for the Mariners. Now 1-4 on this road trip with another dropped series.
Yeah, this one got me, Salky. This one, kind of an intense football practice yesterday, probably didn't help. I came home a little wired. Titus had screwed up a play that was very elementary, and I kind of was a little fiery at him. And I just came home, and it was and the bummer was it was a pretty entertaining game. Mm-hmm. Some good baseball. So you got after the Piala boy. You hit him and knocked him out of the game, and you hit 3 home runs there. And fun to see Cal finally get to 51 and Julio do his thing and Polanco and okay, now let's win this game. Let's win this game so we can win this series, so we can just say enough is enough and stop this road slide. And instead, it's just opportunities abound, bases are loaded. Doesn't happen. Get to the later innings, get opportunities. Jax hates the Seattle Mariners. Good thing we didn't pick up that guy because the Mariners, there are some bad.
Either that or they should have picked him up because he's money against everybody except them.
Holy smokes. So you get to him and you put yourself in position and you just can't get that hit. You just can't do it. And 5 straight series losses on the road at a time when you absolutely need it the most. And it just, I kind of, we're not in a good. I told him I got to go to bed.
So what is it? What is it that's upsetting to you? And we'll ask the people some of that at 8:30. But what is it? I mean, like, why are you more upset today?
Well, just because you've got 23 games to go, Salk, and it's time. And it's time. You have a players. Was it a players only meeting?
I don't think it was players only.
Meeting?
No,
Was it
whoa. Hold on.
What?
It was not a Lou Piniella-led meeting. Let's not put out misleading information. They had a team meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidentally, Lou Piniella showed up afterwards.
Nice.
It was not a Lou Piniella team-led meeting. Let's be clear. Lyle was a little confused about that earlier.
Well, there's a lot of confusion going on.
I understand. So let's if Shannon was here, she would jump in and get very mad and tell you that you were misleading the people. There was a meeting, and then there was Lou Piniella, and never the two shall meet. It was not the same thing.
Well, let me quote the great Brian Wu because, per usual,
you don't need to quote him. I can play it for you here. I got
Cal
some
Poly
Brian
kid
Wu.
just nails it.
He sure does.
You just got to take accountability for it. I mean, at this point of the year, you can make all the excuses you want. You just got to play better. You got to be better. You got to have more urgency. I think all the guys in the locker room, especially the guys that have been there the last couple of years, are sick and tired of the last couple of years of what have happened in August and September, and it's up to us to flip the script and do something about it. That's all it really comes down to. There's times that we've played good baseball and we know we're capable of it. This is about as talented a team I think as anybody has ever seen here in the last couple of years. But I mean, no one's going to give us any wins. We got to go out there and take it.
Okay, a couple things. Number one, just emotionally, like I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I think there's a lot. There's a lot in the community that are in that space.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, this is on you, the players now. You have said it. I feel it completely. This is not about what was not done in January, February, March. All right, that's not the way this thing works. It's not the way sports works. Guys go down. The next guy's got to step up. There's roster. There's drafts. There's acquisition phases. This team's acquisition phase, where they take the most advantage, is during the trade deadline, and have so for a bunch of years, and should be given the credit for what they've done to acquire at that deadline. Now, the players, as Wu said, that are some of the most talented we've had. There's no excuses. There's no pointing fingers. There's looking in the mirror and getting it done. And it's not one or two guys a night getting it done, right? It's now time to string this thing collectively to get it done offensively. Lastly, as far as this road goes, as I've been thinking about it and just stewing on it, something has got to change in the early innings of. Not the early hours of in the morning, but the early innings of. Right, the offense in the early innings of on the road for the last 15, 16 games has been non-existent. So something has got to change. I don't know if that's in the warm-ups. I don't know how much you mess with routine. I don't know what it is. I think the same thing for some of your upper crust pitchers. If you're going to get to Wu, you're going to get to Wu early because then he settles in. So there's just something out the gate. If this were, and again, baseball's not football.
That's pretty standard for good starting
for
pitchers.
Elite pitchers. I get it.
Right? I mean, like, I'm not going to hold Brian Wu accountable for more than any other elite pitcher. Like,
agreed.
Elite pitchers, you want to get to them, you got to get to them in the first inning.
You better get to them early.
It's been a rule. I don't know why it is, but it's been that way with good pitchers since, like, forever.
Well, the problem is they're not facing elite pitcher after elite pitcher after elite pitcher.
They're about to.
They're just not.
This kid tonight's going to be really, really good, and then you got both Sale and Strider in Atlanta.
Yep.
Like, you're going to see some pretty elite pitching here over the next week or so.
Yep. So something has got to collectively, offensively get going.
So what's
For some
the
reason,
problem?
Naylor's not hitting on the road.
What is the problem?
We can go individually through each of these guys, right? And individually, there's at times a peak, but unfortunately, there's a valley. There's just not strung together, right? That's
all
the
true,
challenge.
But why? I mean, like, that, I get the what. You and I agree. The what is absolutely true, and I agree with you. It's go time for the players, and I agree with Brian
At some point, what is the problem? At some point, there has to be what Jeff Passan said to us yesterday. At some point, there just has to be a turn of we are going to find ways to win, and we're not going to fall short.
Do you think that's possible in baseball?
To build a championship culture? They've done it in Houston for a decade.
Not just to build a championship culture, but to say, like, okay, it's time. Like,
no, it's not something that's said. It's
I don't know
something
how
you
to
got to go out and do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just go out and you execute. Like, to me, like,
yes.
that's why I'm struggling with the idea of the why. And Passan suggested yesterday the why was maybe they were playing tight. Maybe. Again, I don't know that I see that, but I'm not going to discount it. If Jeff sees it, then Jeff knows the game. Maybe they're playing tight. Maybe they're tired. That's been my suggestion. And as I said, at 6 o'clock, I think people are pretty prone to seeing what they always thought they would see, and I'm no exception to that. Like, my concern with this team was always that the idea of 162 battles was not going to work. So I fully recognize my own bias that when I see them now, I assume that they are tired because that's what I thought would happen. Lyle thought that the things they did at the beginning of the year weren't enough, and because of it, through his lens, they're still struggling because of the things they did earlier in the year and how it affects them, and I'm sure he's not alone in that way of thinking, and that's why we'll open up the phone lines later. I don't know the why, and my concern is that in baseball, there is no fixing the why. Like, You can try to, tweak your swing. You can watch more film. You can do early work.
Right.
But, like, you can't tell yourself enough is enough and just start winning in baseball.
Correct.
It's not like, hey, we're a basketball team, and if we just buckle down and play harder defense, we'll win games. Okay.
No,
You can't do that in baseball.
No, I totally understand that.
So I don't
think you do that in any sport. I think you've got to go out and you've got to execute.
I think you can do that in basketball. I think you can do that in basketball. Play harder. You can absolutely play harder and win more basketball games. I think whoever wins hardest, for the most part, not always in the NBA because of just how big the stars are, but like you can play harder and win a baseball game. You can play a little harder and win more football games and operate on adrenaline. And I just don't know that you can play harder and win more baseball games. You can change your strategies. That might help. I mean, they've been running a lot, and then they weren't running. Jeff pointed that out yesterday, that they haven't been running as much. But, the running is part of the exhaustion, right? Like, one of the reasons I think you're tired is that you're trying to play an aggressive running game that has its benefits, but it also has its downsides and trade-offs as well. So I just don't know that there's like hey, let's flip the switch. And that's why I know people get mad when I say it. There are times when I say it's just baseball because, like, I do think this will just turn around. It might be today, it might be tomorrow, it might be in a week. The Mariners aren't done. I mean, at least I don't think they are. Everything I've said has been wrong this year, so maybe they are. But, like, don't you get the sense there's still, like, another run coming?
I do. There's a collective, for some reason that just kind of stuck with me yesterday from Passan when he was just talking about, and you're right, it's not something that's talked about. It's something that's walked about. It's something about getting it done. It's something about ending that whole, hey, we just coog it. We find ways to lose at the end. No, you don't. Not with Gardner Minshew. Not with, some of the better players and the better teams that you've had that change that belief system. We're not going to find a way to screw it up. We're going to find a way to win it. And we really do sincerely, wholeheartedly believe that we can do this. And it isn't.
Now, that is different. Now you're talking about confidence.
That's exactly right.
And I would agree with you that confidence can absolutely play its way into baseball in a way that deciding to play hard cannot.
100%.
But I don't know how to instill it. I don't know how to make it happen. I don't know how to make the guys just think that they're good enough to get it done. You sure would have thought it would have happened after that after the home, 9-1 and heading out on the road. And I mean, you would have thought the confidence was at an all-time high, and instead it led to the worst road trip of the season. So I'm at a loss, man. We got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you guys everything you need to know. We've got some football to discuss today as well. We'll come back and give you guys a shot at trying to figure out this whole thing at 8:30. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football with the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel.
Number 71, Walter Jones. As strong as any defensive player he faced, he had the feet of a dancing bear, and he had hands that once they gripped you, he wasn't going to let go.
The next great chapter in Seahawks history begins Sunday in the season opener against the 49ers at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Homeowners, federal tax credits on heat pumps end soon. Home Comfort Alliance can help you save up to 75% on new in-stock heat pumps with combined discounts, utility rebates, and expiring federal tax credits on systems installed by December 31st. These are new in-stock high-efficiency models that will make your home comfortable year-round. Federal tax credits expire December 31st, so don't wait. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com. For all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, it's Home Comfort Alliance, the comfort people.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you gonna do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat. Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
You know what the fall is a great time, and we're right around the corner with the fall. It's a great time to reset your workouts on new stuff, and Top Fitness got some great deals going on right now. Hey, Brock Hewitt here, and working out in your home gym, I've talked about it for years, is the absolute best. From flooring to everything that goes in your home gym, like treadmills, ellipticals, and strength training systems, well, Top Fitness provides it all. Top Fitness represents the very best brands available, like Washington's own Precor. How cool is that? The company that created the elliptical and Inspire Fitness, the leader in strength training machines, along with so many others. Give Top Fitness your room dimensions, and they'll do a complete fitness room design. And right now, you can get 0% interest financing. And mention you heard it from me, and you'll receive an additional $100 off any new treadmill or home gym. It's no secret that everyone from personal trainers to pro athletes love Top Fitness. They got locations all over in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here, and I can see clearly now. It's amazing. Let me tell you about one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. That's when I went to K2 Vision for refractive lens exchange, or RLE. Dr. Kopstein started K2 Vision with Dr. King from King LASIK, the most experienced LASIK surgeon in the Northwest. King LASIK plus K2 Vision equals freedom vision for every stage of life. No glasses, contacts, readers, or cataracts. So if you're somebody that struggles with distance vision and now you always need a pair of reading glasses, K2 Vision RLE could be your perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the capper. You're never going to develop a cataract. I'm somebody that needed readers in every room of the house. I needed to see the scoreboard out at ball games. I just couldn't see clearly. That has all changed thanks to RLE. Whether it's LASIK, EVO ICL, or RLE, trust the most experienced team of doctors to point you in the right direction. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com.
The home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Cal swinging a drive, deep to right field.
Every pitch of every Mariners game is on the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at PCF Construction. It was a couple years ago. We were seeking a complete outdoor living space. Molly wanted a new deck. She wanted to really make our outdoor space pop, and boy, am I glad we called PCF. Why? Because whether it's a very specific project or outdoor living, like an underdeck ceiling, deck, patio cover, railings, PCF has you completely covered. You know, Molly's an interior designer. She knows construction. She knows attention to detail. And PCF, they checked every single box along the way. And right now is the time to make the call. Up to $6,000 off your project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. And you can save an extra $1,500 when you bundle your deck with a patio cover. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at pcfgroup.com, or simply call today at 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476, PCFgroup.com.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at 4hers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At forhers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. These include oral medication kits and compounded GLP-1 injections, the same active ingredient that's in Ozempic and Wegovy. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits starts at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hers brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments that put your goals first. Reach your weight loss goals with help from Hers. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Yeah, another series loss on the road for the Mariners. Not going well again on this road trip. It didn't start well. It didn't end well. Brian Wu giving up a pair early, but then they got back into it. 3 long balls, including Cal Raleigh hitting his 51st.
Here's the 3-2. Swung on and crossed. Right field. It is on its way. It is gone. Cal Raleigh, number 51.
Yeah, that was great. And then Julio hit the next pitch for a home run. And then Josh Naylor tried to hit the next pitch after that for a home run. Eventually, Polanco got him a few batters later. And so the Mariners led 3-2. And then Tampa came back, and they jumped up to a lead 4-3. And then the Mariners came back and tied it up. And then Tampa got 2 more. And now it's 6-4. And you load the bases with nobody out in the 9th. Mitch Garver, sac fly, almost had it. And then a fly out from Randy.
I thought that was in the gap off his bat, by the way.
I know. Fly out from Randy, a pop-up from Cal. And that was pretty much all she wrote. You lose 6-5. Cal asked, what's the reason for these road struggles?
I don't really have an answer. Just not playing well. Yeah, I mean, not playing good baseball on the road. That's pretty much plain and simple. Don't really have much after that. Yeah.
Just not delivering when it matters, unfortunately.
I mean, did they not play? Do you feel like they didn't play good baseball yesterday?
No, I didn't feel
I don't know that I would describe it that way. With all apologies to Cal and respect, I don't know. I would say they didn't play good baseball yesterday. Right. They just didn't come up with a couple of the hits they needed to, and the other team did.
Yep, I would agree with that. There was no silly mental mistakes on the base pass, getting thrown out at third. There weren't errors. They weren't booting the ball around.
Now, maybe he knows specifically some of the bad swing decisions they made or ways they didn't incorporate the game plan, and I would obviously defer to him. He would know. Maybe that's what he means by bad baseball, but, yeah, it's so funny. Sometimes it's just really hard to see that.
Yep, and baseball is that more than any other sport. I don't think there's any question about that. The inside baseball stuff and all of the little things and all of the intricacies and all of, the pitches and all of the things that you just, we don't see. We see through the optics of the TV lens, which is pretty good, but it's not to that depth. Right. It's not to that level. But 5 straight road series losses now. It's got to turn. You got to salvage like you did in Cleveland. You got to salvage one of these things. You get an off day. And as you mentioned, some absolute brutal aces you're going to see.
Yeah, George Kirby against Adrian Hauser today. Hauser's been excellent this year. I think he's got like a 2 ERA, and then you're going to face both Sale and Strider in Atlanta. Meanwhile, though, Astros lose, Kansas City loses, Texas loses, so Mariners remain just 3 back in the division, still a game and a half up in the wild card. It's funny, as bleak as things may seem this morning, don't forget, there are other teams in this thing, and they're not that good either.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Seahawks maneuvering a little bit with their practice squad yesterday. Salto Lamea was brought back. A couple other guys as well. Damian Martinez was cut, but he may come back. It kind of sounds, and Brady was saying this, Brock, that they're really just trying to essentially make a larger practice squad, or ready squad, as they're calling it, in order to get more guys paid for their contributions during the week.
That's pretty cool.
I think so, too. Yeah,
I think you build some goodwill with your team, and it is just remarkable, man, looking at all those numbers and how big that practice squad is compared to, again, my era where there were 5 guys, and those 5 guys were just, really close to being on the bubble of the roster. Yeah, this is almost your developmental league. When we talk about NFL Europe, or we talk about the UFL, or, these other leagues, I think part of the reason the NFL hasn't invested more in that and said, oh, okay, let's do this, is because they're trying to do it here within their own teams, trying to develop now really 70-man rosters to get all those guys the kind of work they need to develop their NFL careers.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Brock, you see this report from Nick Wagner in San Francisco. According to Vivid Seats, he says 49ers fans are expected to make up 53% of the crowd on Sunday. Seriously? 50? I mean, all right, so let's assume that's hot. There's no way it's 53. Even if
I don't know how Vivid Seats has all the inventory of all the season ticket holders.
But even if it's 40%, I mean, that feels like a lot still, don't you think?
Yeah, that'd be
really aggravating.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, let's hope that's not true.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Hey, you got actual NFL games tomorrow night, and that's kind of cool. Cowboys going to be center stage right where they should be. They're you know what? I don't even want to. I'm not going to even play you more David Mulugeta sound right now. I don't feel like it. Let's focus instead on Matt Stafford, who is going to be back, but according to Adam Schefter, it's going to be quite the wild ride for him.
We talked about Micah Parsons potentially getting a pain-killing injection, and I think that'll be the case with Matthew Stafford, that it'll just be one of those things where each week he gets his injection, helps out the area for a few hours, and he's out there. Now, I don't know how a shaky disc will hold up in a 37-year-old quarterback if he's getting plastered to the turf. That's probably not going to be a great thing, but Matthew Stafford has been so tough and so durable and doesn't miss time, and I would think that between the steps he's willing to take and his history and his toughness, they're counting on him and believing and thinking that he'll be out there this season.
This is going to be a twofer, maybe a threefer at this age for Stafford. 2 for 1, 3 years in one. You take an epidural every single week. You know what that does to your body? Yikes.
No, I don't.
Not good, buddy. Not healthy.
What does it do to your body?
Well, I mean, for the short term, playing that game, it's all right.
Yeah.
The next day, you can't move.
Really?
What that does to your kidney and liver?
Ugh.
Yeah. Doing it every
Hey, let me tell you,
week.
Mr. Stafford, you don't want kidney stones. Let's just tell you right now. You don't want those kidney stones. So there you go. That's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here.
There was always
on the Brock and Salk show.
There was always a tell. There was always a tell in my ear. You know what that tell was, Salky? That tell was the Band-Aid on the buttocks. So when you go to shower after the game, you see the guys, and there were some pretty habitual guys that like to get that shot each and every week. They've tried to limit that because they know, right? It was Toradol back in the day was the shot du jour.
Yeah,
and
I've had Toradol shot.
Have you had Toradol?
Yeah, you know what I had it for? Kidney stones. Like, that's what I had my Toradol shot for. It's the only thing that would make me feel better.
Yeah. I'll try to get
one
of those.
I think they have like a Toradol like pill now. Yeah, so that you don't need to do the shot. It may not be as effective, but I believe, I'm sure we'll have a million doctors calling in or texting in to correct me, but I think there's a Toradol pill you can take now instead of having to do the shot.
Don't know. I know that Damon pulled his groin or popped his calf or something the week of the Seahawk game and did not know if he could play and got that first Toradol shot. In the first one, he was like, oh, I don't feel a thing. He played like 300 yards and beat the Seahawks. And then the next day, like, couldn't walk.
Yeah.
Like, literally could not move. So
what has happened to me? All right. We got Blue 88 coming up in a few. Mora also has a plan to fix the Mariners, which we will try to enact at 8 o'clock. Before we get there, though, Brock, a slogan? I don't know if that's the right word for it. A phrase? It's I don't know.
A moniker?
A moniker? Plan? I don't know. We'll see if we can figure it out together next on Brock and Salk.
The guy we've been wanting to speak to.
Wyman and Bob, every afternoon at 2.
Josh Naylor.
Have you gotten a sense of how the fan base has responded to you? Like, when we're on the air and we bring up your name, the texts are flying. They better re-sign you.
The fan base is crazy. It's like almost electric. You can sometimes like feel the ground shaking a little bit when something cool happens. So far, the fan base has been awesome. Even my family says they're incredible and probably one of their favorites that they've had in my career.
Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
All right, guys, the summer's over, unfortunately. I did see, Maura, I saw a woman yesterday wearing white pants at the event I was at. I was disgusted. It's after Labor Day. What are we doing? But with the summer over, it's time to start thinking about how you want to look before the holidays, etc. Now is the time to call Eastside Weight Loss Clinic and set yourself up for all of the weight loss that you want, right? To make your body look the way you want it to look. They've helped over 4,000 people here locally become better versions of themselves. I know many of them. I am one of them. Plan works, not that hard, very safe, no injections, like we were just talking about, no surgery. You're eating fresh, delicious food. You buy it in the grocery store, tons of accountability, coaching every step of the way, which is really helpful. It does help, and it really does work. All it takes is to start off with a 15-minute phone call. Schedule yours right now. Go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. That's eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Your new beginning starts now. D.R. Horton has new construction homes available throughout the greater Seattle area. With spacious floor plans, flexible living spaces, and home technology packages, you can enjoy more cozy moments and sweet memories in your beautiful new home. With new home communities opening throughout the Seattle area, D.R. Horton has the ideal home for you. Visit drhorton.com to learn more. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
The home of the Mariners.
Left off to center. It is on its way. Julio, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Hi, this is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. Big Trees has certified arborists and site experts who help you select the right trees for the right location on your property. When Big Trees installs a tree, we offer a 1-year warranty and 1 free aftercare visit from a board-certified master arborist. To learn more about our process, visit BigTreeSupply.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Luxury has arrived at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. The hotel is open and you can book now at snocasino.com. The destination spa, the expanded non-smoking gaming floor, the big 2,000-seat entertainment space and convention center, and yeah, the new restaurants, food venues as well. Effortless style and the utmost in relaxation. Go to snocasino.com to book. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right. Brock, we haven't met Chris, right? You haven't met him, right? Morris' boyfriend?
Okay, we have a little family. Sounds like some show dilemmas here, so we can start with that one, then I got one for you.
You haven't met Chris, right?
I've not met Chris.
And neither have I. And quite frankly, it's been over a year. I was really hoping at some point I would get a chance.
Oh, am I going to get to Justin level? Does he exist?
Well, I think at this point where we haven't met him for over a year.
Except for that Justin knew him. They share friends.
I've met Betsy. It was the listeners who weren't really sure. Gee.
Is that a tell?
Huh?
Is that a tell or what?
That it's been a year?
Yeah. Like,
is it a tell about us or is it a tell about him?
No, I think it's 100% tell on us.
Yeah, I would say so too. But anyway, so we haven't really met Chris, but I now believe him to be a genius. And now I think I might need to meet him. Listen to this move Chris has pulled. This is genius. This is sneaky genius.
We could hear Brock talking on the phone, and Salk was like, if I worked from home, you'd probably just hear me yelling at Cecily to pick up her clothes off the bathroom floor. And I was like, my thing is that Chris, I have a hamper that I put my dirty clothes in. He just constantly puts his dirty clothes directly into the washing machine and leaves them until he's ready to do a wash. So every time I go to do a wash, I have to wash his clothes too because it's already like half full of them.
So that's a sneaky genius move, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like doing laundry, but I'll just leave my stuff in there until the other person needs to do laundry, and then they'll have to do mine. Now, Maura, you're a nice person.
He has done some of mine too, but I feel like more often than not.
If I were you, I think I would be very passive aggressive about that. I would just take all of his stuff out of the laundry machine, dump it on the ground, and do my own laundry. So I'm impressed. You must really love him. That's the sign of a healthy relationship. But he might be a genius. Well, he might be a genius.
I mean, he's in the water filtration business, right? So the washing machine's probably a very natural, understand. So it's clean in the whole process. Okay, so that's one element. So can you do this tomorrow? Can you be on your best behavior tomorrow at 7:30 a.m.?
No, I don't think I can.
You're going to have to.
I don't think I can.
He's calling the game.
I don't know that I want to. I don't know if I can do this.
He's one of the lead analysts in all of the world when it comes to the game of football. He's a 2-time Emmy Award winner. He got robbed of his #1 seat at Fox, and he will be on the call and is going to join us at 7:30 tomorrow. And I need you to be on your best behavior. Deal?
It's funny because I've been having this little pain in the back of my throat. I don't know whether I'm going to make it in yet tomorrow. I came in today. I went to bed super early last night. I took some Airborne. I'm going to stop and get some Zicam on the way home today. I'm not even joking. All this is true. I'm going to stop and get a little Zicam on the way home. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if I'm healthy enough to come in tomorrow. Greg Olson's going to be on the show?
Greg Olson's going to be on the show.
You don't think there's any chance I blow this the way I did with Bruce Arians?
I don't know. I maybe should have told you.
I'm like 10 years more mature than I was then.
True. Yeah, you could do it. I believe in you. And if not, Maura, you'll just turn off his mic. Or you'll just take a little leave, and you can jump in.
What if I stepped out for 15 minutes and you did the interview?
Me and Lyle.
Yeah, and I'll come back in for Blue 88 and all that.
How you and Lyle? I don't get to
No, Maura's busy doing the laundry. Maura's been suckered into doing the laundry.
God.
That is weak, Maura. You can't do his laundry like that. You gotta show some backbone there. That's
He's
ridiculous.
done mine a few times too.
All right.
I feel like maybe I get stuck more. Oh my gosh.
What?
Did you say who it was yet, bro?
Yeah, Greg Olson. He said.
Everyone thinks he's a good broadcaster.
Yes.
He is a good broadcaster.
He's great.
He was an obnoxious Seahawk. He really was. He was an obnoxious. Why do you bring this up now when we barely have anything to talk about? He was an obnoxious Seahawk. He really was. Came in here, started calling everybody out, didn't catch any balls that were thrown his way, had hands of stone, man. Every ball that was thrown to him bounced. Yes, he did. He couldn't catch while he was here. Brock, you know it's true.
That is
he kept calling out everybody. No, it isn't. That was how I felt in the moment.
History.
No,
that
it is not.
Some of your blink scouting in your revisionist history.
They threw him balls over the middle that clanked off I still hear the sound of it. The
challenge was
that was the sound of it hitting his arms.
The challenge was he was more Team Russell than he was Team.
Well, he was certainly that.
Yes.
And then
it
he
sounds
really
like
backed
Doug
up
Baldwin
Russ
was too.
No, it does not.
Sounds like Doug is Team.
No,
Russ
it does
too.
not sound that way. Greg's good. He's a good announcer. You're right. And I'm sure he'll be a really good guest.
He'll be a great guest for this tight end group, for this offense. He studied the preseason tape. He will be awesome tomorrow. So 7:30.
So we're gonna have him on.
Reminder and have.
I think I may have even said with this texter said that he stole $7 million from the Seahawks. You want me to do? And I can't talk about any of that because it's just gonna make him mad.
That's right.
So all right. I'll tell you guys now. This is gonna happen tomorrow at 7:30. We're gonna have Greg Olson on.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to put my right hand to the sky.
Okay.
I pledge
allegiance.
I pledge. I don't know if I can do it.
Yes. To be a pro.
I pledge not to talk about his time with the Seahawks.
Thank you.
At all.
That's awesome. It's great. And he's
but people are going to get after me for this. Like, you realize that I'm putting my reputation on the line for
This
you.
is really not that difficult.
Yes, it is. I'm putting my reputation on the line, Brock, for you as my co-host and good friend and work spouse and all of the 16 and a half years of relationship and trust and bond that we have together. Yep. I am, out of deference to that and you, willing to put my own reputation on the line because there's going to be people coming after me in the text like, Salk, you've said all these things about him, and why won't you ask him about it? Why are you going soft? Like, that's coming tomorrow, and I'm willing to take those arrows for you.
Okay, how about this? How about you raise your left hand and just say, I'll ask him one question. And you can do it in a very Sawatsky style.
I won't do
how
it.
Would you, How would you, Greg, characterize your time in Seattle with Russ and Pete?
No.
Why not? You want me to do that? I'll do that.
You do that. I just want to stay out of it because I can't. Once I do that, and I don't even think you should do that because then I'll start to argue. You know what? Just don't do that.
Okay, fine. Let's just be in the moment.
Just don't do that. It's 2:06 as I'm only listening if Salk asks about his time with the Hawks. I'm not going to do that. I'm just telling you now because I love and respect Brock, who's my good friend and longtime partner. And honestly, like, my life stinks if it's not for Brock. Like, I can't hold down another job. I got run out of Boston. I'm not going to go anywhere else. Like, if it's not for Brock, I barely have a job. I'm essentially destitute. But thankfully, this nice, kind Prince of Puyallup is willing to tolerate me. And he asks of me just this one thing. Just don't be a jerk when Greg Olson comes on.
That's all.
And I couldn't do it with Bruce Arians. And by the way, I still couldn't do it with Bruce Arians.
Nope.
If you brought Bruce Arians on this show, I would not raise my right hand. I would not make that same promise. I would go after Bruce and play him those cuts of him saying no excuses while making excuse after excuse. So don't bring Bruce Arians anywhere near this show if you know what's good for you. But out of deference to you, my love for you, my respect for you, and quite frankly, my thanks for you, my gratitude.
Well,
I'll keep my mouth shut tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, hold on one second. I got a call coming here.
You got another call coming in? Wow.
Hey, Chris. How you doing, man? Is this premeditated when it comes to the washing machine? Is this a totally premeditated move?
I mean, if I'm being honest, I then leave my clothes in the dryer for a long time, and he sometimes puts those away.
See, now, White, that's better, because if you leave your clothes in the dryer, he'll fold the clothes.
Yes.
Right.
And folding is significantly more work and more trouble
I'll
than doing
fold
the wash.
both of ours sometimes, but there are times where I leave mine for a couple
Wow.
days.
See, the best thing that's happened to me in my life is that I now I live with 3 women, right? I have my wife and 2 daughters. And I can't tell the difference between any of their clothes.
Right.
When Cecily or Avery was really young, I could tell the difference. Like, okay, one's 2, so her clothes say 2Y on them. One's 4, the other says 4Y. It was pretty easy, and Heather had adult clothing.
Yeah.
Now they all wear the same crap.
Yeah.
So I don't have a clue whose is what. So I take care of my own laundry, and the three of them can deal with their own stuff. I don't even touch it. I am out. I am my own island when it comes to laundry these days. Anyway.
What is Maura supposed to write on the show sheet for 7:30?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. You know what?
Salk
we had
has
a
an
thing.
existential crisis over a guest.
She.
I mean, that's
out
not
that
entirely untrue. That's kind of what's happening.
She does a really nice job every day, as does C. Raj
Right.
and Lefko. They write show notes so everybody can kind of see what the show's talked about. And by the way, since we're just going down this road, I said I would do something, and I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to make a public apology. Okay, Dave Wyman has not crapped his pants since COVID. So that was very rude of me yesterday when we were talking
Did he
about
let
the
you know
socks
that?
or the underwear. Yes, he's had no accidents since COVID.
I don't understand.
So I totally apologize
I
to
had an
Dave
accent
Wyman.
like that since I was a kid, like little. Like what?
I just wanted to put it out there that Dave
Bizarre.
is in the clear. He felt offended, rightfully so, that I would come after him in that way.
All right.
He's had no issues.
A lot of text
post-COVID.
messages, Brock. A lot of text messages. 360. This is just a way for Salk to get out ahead of this and not look two-faced with Olsen. Yes, that's absolutely. Of course. Yes, you're not like figuring it out. That's exactly what I'm doing. Also, you said Puyallup means land of friendly people. It actually means generous people. Brock? You told me land of friendly people.
Wow, there's different
interpretations.
Thank you.
Different translations.
Sacagawea, or how do they say it now?
Sacagawea.
Sacagawea.
Hey, Salk,
friendly
just
people, generous
ask
people.
Greg what he'd invested the $7 million gift the Hawks gave him with. Yeah, that's fair. Does Greg Olsen know all of Seattle hates him? That's not true.
That is not
That's
true.
not true at
That is
all.
ridiculous.
But I had some issues with him while he was here.
Yep.
Group interview, Greg Olsen, Richard Sherman, Jim Mora, and Brazarians. Wow. What a group interview that would be. Brock, do you think we could make that happen? And for the real old-time listeners of the Brock and Salk show, we'll throw Nolan Naraki on there as well if we can dig him up from wherever he is now.
You know what might be a better setting for that? Not on the radio, but the reset.
Yes.
Maybe we get all of them
With
on
G.
the reset with G.
Maybe
you
we'll
and
get
me.
Russ on
Yes.
at the same time. Now, we've had Jim Mora on. We had him on after he ripped you, Brock, and said you were no friend of his.
Yes.
And it went like totally fine. Like he had no memory of it whatsoever. That guy's insane. It's totally insane. And I think if I remember right, didn't I keep dropping his lines
Yes.
about like booing and
Yes.
stuff? And like,
Of course you did.
And
In the
he had
pit.
no idea
You
because
know,
he
that-
doesn't remember anything he says.
Jim in that pit.
Jim, when you're in the pit where it matters. He had no clue.
Can we get to Blue 88?
Oh, he's not a friend of mine.
Yeah, in the pit where it matters. No, not just on the field.
You did it in that tone too.
I
You
did.
went into that tone.
I said, Jim, I mean, when you're out there in the pit where it matters, and he has no recollection.
Are you guys trying to do the most discombobulated segment in our show history?
Maybe. Yeah. We used to do more segments like this back in the day, and recently we've been a little bit more focused and structured, but every now and again, Maura, you got nothing really to go on the show sheet. You don't want to continue to complain about the Mariners. And so at a certain point, sometimes you just want to talk about laundry. You want to talk about Greg Olsen. You want to talk about that's just how it is. Huh?
The pit.
About
In
the pit? Where it all goes down? The pit? In the pit? Oh, my God. You're right, Brock. Let's do some Blue 88.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88, powered by Xfinity.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Heward tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
You got to be a little bit of a dirtbag. Not as a person, but on the football field. In the pit where all that stuff goes down, man, if you don't have some freaking toughness, you're gonna fail.
So funny.
And you did it in that voice too.
Asking Jim about the pit. It's hilarious. All right, Brock. Oh, here it is. Brock, we actually have that. You want to hear me ask about the pit? All right, last thing for you, Jim, and then we'll let you go. As this draft comes up and everybody's trying to figure out which quarterback is going to fit where, if you were selecting in one of these cities and had this pick,
and you knew that that you were going to be in the pit where it all goes down, which of these 5 or 6 quarterbacks that could be picked somewhere in the first round do you think has the most freaking toughness that you need in there?
Josh.
I can't believe I did that. That is so obnoxious.
He still doubled down on Josh Rosen.
Absolutely.
Right there,
Was it Josh Rosen? That's who he said?
Not Lamar, not Baker. He still doubled down on Josh right
It wasn't
there.
Josh Allen?
No.
His answer there was Josh Rosen. He had the most
Yes.
freaking toughness
Yes.
in the pit.
Yes, where it all goes down.
Yeah. Well, all right. Question number 1 for you, Brock. You were doing a podcast in San Francisco yesterday. I'm doing one today. Which one were you doing?
I jumped on with Guy Haberman.
Okay.
What a great dude he is.
Cool. I'm jumping on with Damon Bruce tomorrow, or
he's a good
later
dude,
today.
too.
I like Damon. All right. Well, what was the most encouraging stat you heard?
So he asked me at the end if I could explain this particular stat when it pertained to the rivalry between the Seahawks and the 49ers. Do you realize, Salk, now they played on a lot of Thursday nights, Sunday nights, Monday night, prime time, right? Up in Seattle, Pete, San Francisco, the cocktail was amazing. It always just worked to some kind of terrific outcome, compelling outcome. But when they've played 1 o'clock kicks since 2014, 1 p.m. kicks, the Seahawks are 7-0 versus San Francisco. Do you have any explanation in the world for why that could be?
Weird.
That in this slot, this window since 2014, the 49ers have not beaten the Seahawks?
I mean, that makes no sense, right?
It makes zero sense. I think I even quoted you. I said, Rory, I'm going to quote the great Mike Salk. It's just baseball. I have no idea why. Yeah, you could make a case at times for night games or weather, or it's dark late in the year, or I don't know, sleep patterns. But it's not been once or twice or 3 times or 4. I mean, it's been 7 times in this window that the Seahawks have had their numbers.
That is really weird.
Let's hope that gets to 8 come Sunday afternoon.
All right. Question number 2.
You're spinning. Your mind is spinning. Trying to think of
My
something.
mind is spinning trying to figure out what you mean. I'm going to read you the question because Brock, as we've said before, Brock writes the Blue 88 question. So I'm just going to read this one as written. Lots of arguments and frustrations aired out today. What is one that cannot be levied the Seahawks way?
Yeah.
I don't understand what the question means.
I don't either. I don't know what I meant. I think that was in my fury of Mariners energy and emotion.
But I've been trying to figure this out
We didn't
since
know if it was
5:30
Mariners
this morning.
related or Titus and coaching related.
It was all of it related. I think it's all of it just coming to a head. I think the bottom line, honestly, it's the injuries. The one thing that you cannot say, through this process of, they're not hitting much, or, they're doing these joint practices, or they playing their starters, not playing their starter. You cannot in any way have any issue whatsoever with their ability to get this team to the starting gate healthy, ripping, and roaring. I don't remember a Seahawk team in our years of doing this, Salk, honestly, that comes to the opening game without a significant injury. Tyrese Knight would be the only one that's missed most of training camp.
I mean, Chenna.
I guess.
But he's a backup player at this point,
Is your
right?
4th D end.
Yeah.
But even with that, in off-season surgery, I think he's going to practice. I think he's going to be active. I think he's going to play in the season opener. Tyrese Knight's going to be active playing the season opener. So just the entire process to get to this point, there is so many man-hours that go into it, so much work and time and effort. And certainly there is some luck involved as well when it comes to blunt force and trauma injuries that other teams have faced and forced. And the fact that you're getting to the starting gate this healthy, a really, really good sign come 1 o'clock Sunday.
All right, question number 3. If we take Gray Zabel out of the equation, which rookie will matter most and be the biggest X factor on Sunday?
Yeah, it was your most intriguing guy yesterday. It's Nicky Memori. Part of the reason you drafted him, beyond an amazing skill set and talent and speed and all of those wonderful attributes and traits he has that really are top 20 kind of pick traits. The reason you drafted him is to win in this division too. I was talking to Guy Haberman about that yesterday, kind of reinforcing that whole disruptor mindset. Mike McDonald was hired to be a disruptor. He did not stay status quo. Old Sean McVay and Shanahan would have loved to seen another branch off their tree in this division. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. And Nicky Manwari is a part of that disruption. How he covers George Kittle, how he handles Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield, how he plays and sets that edge, Salk, against that jet sweep and that outside zone that San Francisco loves to do. I'm not saying Nicky Manwari was drafted specifically for the matchup twice a year with the Rams and the 49ers, but I'm also not saying he was drafted very specifically to be a disruptive force in this scheme for Mike Macdonald to take those schemes away as well.
All right, there you go. That is today's Blue 88.
I might show up at the Rock Bottom tonight just to boo Salk, because he booed me.
Never happened. I never booed Jim Mora. Why would
man,
I
give
boo
credit,
him?
man. Good start for the Huskies. 1-0 as well.
Really?
Yeah, they beat up on Central Connecticut University. He, of course, is at UConn. Actually, Jim's done a good job there, man.
I'm sure he has.
They have raised money. They have raised some awareness. Their facilities. I was out there for Macy's basketball game when they played in the UConn. They didn't play UConn, lost South Dakota State, but played out there in that bracket, and it was a remarkable turnaround from when I saw UConn football 20 years ago. So, yeah, he will mix it up. He will stir it up. He will create some noise, and the football team is a whole lot better than when he inherited it. Yeah, in the pit. So.
I've known Brock a long time.
Did you have any reaction to that?
To what Brock Hewitt says?
Yeah.
No. I would put very little stock in what Brock Hewitt has to say about anything that has to do with football.
Anything that has to do with
That would be
football.
controversial. But it's the truth.
But it's the truth.
Long. I've known that kid since he was in college.
Oh.
So I know who he is. No, he's not a friend of mine. No.
A kid.
That is the most insulting freaking thing, man. I wouldn't listen to anything Brock Hewitt says regarding football. I know it's harsh, but it's the truth. Oh, my God. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
You know what I love, too?
And then he says, no, not a friend of mine.
I love the triple no.
Oh, yeah. No.
It was a triple no.
No. So totally insane over Josh Rosen of all people. That might be the funniest part of it. All right. Well, there you go, buddy. That was a really, really, really good segment. By the way, Nicky Manwari, I might have given you a different answer on that.
Okay.
Seahawk, who could be a big X factor. I mean,
rookie. Seahawk rookie.
Yeah,
That's
Seahawk
gonna be the
rookie.
biggest factor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oots. I think you're going to see a lot of Robbie Oots. Right? I mean, like, if he does his thing and opens, like, I'm not saying it's got to be more than Nicky Manwari, but, like, I think you got to at least mention his name there. Like, that dude's going to get some legit playing time, right? He's the starting fullback.
I mean, Horton's going to get legit time. Arroyo's going to get legit time. There's a lot of rookies who are going to get some legitimate time.
It's all true. It's all true. All right. Maura, I know you were frustrated that the show went in some odd directions, but frankly, I blame you, partly for telling us the story about the laundry machine, but also...
I was just talking to you in break like we always do.
Maura, stop it. You know what you did. You know how you set me off. No. But also, Maura, for this thing you sent over last night, you're trying to take the show off the rails today. For everybody who thinks that you're the keep the shows on the rails person, I'm like,
well,
your
no, we
idea.
were supposed to go off the rails at 8, and you guys started at 7:30 when we had an actual segment.
That's because you
planned.
gave us an excuse, and it's just going to continue next on Brock and Salk.
Touchdown Seahawks! Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football with the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel.
Number 71, Walter Jones. As strong as any defensive player he faced, he had the feet of a dancing bear, and he had hands that once they gripped you, he wasn't going to let go.
The next great chapter in Seahawks history begins Sunday in the season opener against the 49ers at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at Xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we offer premium windows that are 25% more energy efficient, reduce noise by 50%, and come with clean glass technology. And Leak Armor installation gives you a lifetime warranty to protect your home. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
In today's competitive world, standing out isn't optional anymore. I'm Rusty George, and my agency builds websites and marketing strategies to help builders, manufacturers, and material suppliers get louder, get noticed, and bring in new customers. Visit us today at rustygeorge.com.
Mariners fans, it's time to bring the noise to T-Mobile Park. This lineup is loaded up and locked in from every moonshot.
Now Raleigh obliterates this. How far? Way back there.
To every how in the world did he catch that moment?
And Julio makes the catch. No fly zone in full effect.
Be here as the squad shuts the door and lights the W.
Munoz looking for the final out. Here's the stretch, and the strike three called, and the ball game is over.
This is our house.
They're going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
Mariners baseball. Try dance up.
Be here for the stretch run at T-Mobile Park. The Mariners are kicking off their next homestand with a 3-day Logan Gilbert Funko Pop giveaway against the Cardinals, September 8th to 10th. Plus, don't miss the final Mariners fireworks night of the season, September 12th against the Angels, presented by T-Mobile. Get your tickets today at mariners.com.
Crawl space and attics are not places you want to spend much time, but many homes in our area can have serious issues behind the hatches. Hi, it's the owner of Crawl Pros, Richard Herron. For years, you've heard us talking about how we go where you don't want to. With our free corner-to-corner inspection to keep your crawl space and attic well insulated and free of mold and water. You've also heard about the pest control division of our company to keep your home bug and critter free. I'm excited to tell you about our newest division, Plumber Pros. Plumber Pros takes the same customer-first approach to plumbing that we do with our crawl space, attic, and pest control work. We've handpicked skilled plumbers that I know you'll feel comfortable inviting into your home. So next time you run into plumbing issues, from leaky faucets and clogged drains to full home repipes and sub pump installations, call Crawl Pros and we'll get our plumbing division, Plumber Pros, out to get it resolved. For anything related to your crawl space, attic, pest control, or plumbing, call Crawl Pros or visit us at crawlpros.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99, and we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale, now at AutoZone until September 22nd.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewert is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to accuse you of money.
It doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Ewert and Mike Salk.
All right, the Mariners lose again last night. They've lost another series. If you need some angry rants and raves, you can go back to the top of both the hour 1 at 6 o'clock and hour 2 at 7 o'clock, and you can hear some frustrations vented from both Brock and myself. You can always find those on the app, Seattle Sports app, or on the website, seattlesports.com, or Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast. Just go back later, and you can hear the full rant. We'll also open up the phone lines at 8:30 and let you guys rant a little bit, because I'm sure there's some frustration as we try to figure out the why of what the heck is going on. But Maura, in her eternal genius, thought that the opportunity was there for us to end the jinx, to end the hex, to end whatever I've done to the Mariners. Because
you've been pretty resistant to the idea that you did something, but I think the listeners have spoken.
I think we all know.
And they believe that you're a jinx.
My power is great.
But Brock didn't want you to be on your own. So
nice
we're going to try to do everything we can to end this jinx that is your fault, but as a team, we'll do it together with
Okay, so we've got, 3 or 4 different things that we can do to try to end this hex.
I did a lot of research last night. I typed it into Google.
Okay.
After laundry.
Yeah.
And
this is a little AI help here?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some options, so we'll just try them all.
Okay. What's first?
It says to end a jinx, you can perform superstitious rituals like knocking on wood.
Okay. Who's going to do that?
Lyle and I could do that. We both have desks in here.
Lyle, knock on wood over there. Are you willing to knock on wood?
Sure.
Okay.
Louder.
Throwing.
This is radio. My God, man. Lyle's tapping on wood.
Throwing salt.
Throwing salt?
Yes. I believe we got you some. You actually, you have like a whole...
I have a whole packet here if you're watching on YouTube. I've got a salt and pepper packet. Now, my question is, we're in a radio studio. Do I need to open the packet or just throw in the packet over my shoulder enough?
I don't think it counts if you... No.
Am I throwing salt?
I mean, if we're going to do this, we have to do it for real.
Yes.
You got to open the packet and sprinkle some salt behind you.
All right.
Seriously.
Kathy's going to be so mad. Now, what about the pepper? Just the salt, or do I do
I don't know.
just
We went into the drawer and I found a Papa John's seasoning packet too, and I figured it can't hurt.
Of that. All right.
That could be good too.
All right, hold on. All right. Here we go.
You want to put the garbage can?
Okay, the salt has been thrown behind me. Oh, yeah, it's all over the floor. Bob's going to be so mad when he gets here. Now, you want me to do the Papa John's seasoning as well?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Brock Payton was kind of the Papa John's guy, right?
He
was. Mean, maybe
Yeah.
if I throw this over my shoulder, a magical shipment of HGH will show up, and the Mariners will get really good. So, all right, hold on. Let me tear this open, and we'll throw a little of that behind me.
For good measure.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's a huge
That's great. That is great.
Don't want to be picking up that later. That's a big mess back there behind me. So, yes, I've thrown the salt and pepper. I've thrown the Papa John's seasoning. If there's anything else you think belongs back there, I'm happy to do that.
And it was
Lyle,
very
he
soft.
tapped on wood.
I believe Brock wants to handle this next one.
Yeah,
It says to throw a ball
I got some
away
different
from
balls.
yourself.
Away
To
from
reverse
myself.
the bad luck.
As opposed to yourself?
I know that doesn't really...
Maybe there is something about this list that maybe we shouldn't trust. What kind of ball you got there, Brock?
Well, I'm going to start with the pickleball.
It's green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a green wiffle ball. Hopefully, I don't put something through the hole in the wall here in the drywall. That'd be embarrassing.
With
But, for
with
the
a
Mariners, I would do
wiffle
it.
ball?
Yeah, here we go. Well, I better move this. There's some things out of my way. Ready? Ah! Oh, yeah.
Is that a light that just fell behind
Oh,
you?
yeah. I got lights going everywhere. Here we go. I don't care.
I like the scream to go with it.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Brock,
Yeah,
careful.
So
My
I'm
God,
breaking
man.
things, and I don't care. I'm not even going to try the tennis ball because it's going to come back and hit me.
Yeah,
right
don't
in
do
the
it. Don't throw a
face.
tennis ball. I think that was enough.
Well, actually,
my
I
God.
think I'm going
Get this man a super pinky or something.
He's committed.
Yeah, he's very committed to the bit.
Well, Salk,
there
if
we
you're
go.
really committed, there's one more thing it says on here.
What's that?
Psychologically, you can also counter a jinx by consciously shifting to a positive mindset, such as practicing gratitude, to prevent negative thoughts from gaining traction. So I thought we would call in some help from this one from an old friend.
Okay.
Here's some advice for you.
Like if you want to pour water into a cup and at the bottom of the cup it's got a hole in it and you're going, I'm ready for you, universe. I'm ready for the next wave of abundance. And that cup has a hole in it. Then the universe can pour in, but it's going to seep out through that hole.
Yes.
And so
Okay.
what it means for me and to move out of this maiden archetype and into the mother archetype is to recognize where in my life have I left that 10% and that is feeding agitation because it's directly connected to one of the core wounds or the core fears
All right,
of humanity that I have
Blue of
noticed.
Earth. I can't
Fear of
take any
wasting
more,
time.
Maura. That is too much.
You can't
Nobody
do
needs
this?
to listen to that much Blue of Earth.
I had another one for you.
Another one?
The default
Oh, yeah.
of nature is abundance, and we are nature.
We are.
Our default is abundance. So the only thing that's stopping ourselves
Can you
from aligning with the
imagine
abundance
that one of the
actual
great
word
NFL
here is the
quarterbacks?
limitations we set between us.
Enough. Can you imagine listening to that gobbledygook? And like, not just, I mean, there are people that listen to it because they like are buying her podcast or whatever. Like, can you imagine that Aaron Rodgers was dating her and like buying into that gobbledygook?
Can you imagine both high on ayahuasca?
Oh my gosh, you'd have to be. It's the only possible way you could listen to her talk like that. That's not gratitude. That's insanity. That's word salad.
You know
There's
what
a
is
difference.
interesting? You know what?
Help.
You know what I'm finding in this exercise? What it's bringing to the forefront, honestly, is I think we got to really deal with the two culprits. It's not Mora and it's not Salk. Salk's jinx is a real thing.
Hex.
But when it comes to the hex, when it comes to that last part about agitation, I think we all know who the real challenges are. I'll raise my hand.
In this room of the four of us?
I'll raise my hand.
Oh, are you challenging? Do you get negative during games? It's not me. I'm
I'll
not
raise my
negative,
hand.
Nelly,
No,
at
you're
all.
not. No, you're not.
Who's negative?
I'll raise my hand,
Brock
but I think
is.
somebody else can raise his hand maybe a little higher. I'm not going to call him out if he doesn't feel comfortable being accountable, but I'll raise my hand and say my agitation and my frustration and my negativity is not a help.
Okay.
It's not a help.
That's nice of you, Brock. Thank you for recognizing that. Would anyone else like to speak in this safe space that maybe their negativity, their frustration, their agitation while watching and paying attention to the games? Is there anybody else that would want to raise their hand and say the same thing?
Who are you guys talking about? All right, fine. I'll air myself out. So I'm in two different group chats that are very active on the regular. One between TJ and I. One is a 3-person chat between me, my brother, and my good friend from growing up. I may or may not have counted it up the last 2 days. There have been a combination of us 4 people in 2 different chats of 94 different text messages in all capital letters in the last 2 days.
You guys are insane.
Lyle, were you listening to Blue of Earth?
No, funny enough. But 94, that's a real number.
So the entire text exchange is all in capital letters?
Oh, a lot of it is.
So do you have to do shift for each letter you write?
No, you double tap it and it's all in capital letters.
I didn't know that.
I have the common decency and
That's true?
Yes.
All you got to do is double tap?
Yeah.
Double tap
Yes.
what?
The shift key.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. I wish somebody had told me that. I thought you had to do it every time.
No, I have the common decency in our show chat to not do that in there, but I do it in other
decency.
places.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Lyle. That's very decent of you not to do that. All right. Well, Brock,
Here we go.
Lyle,
We're
we've
gonna
all
go
done
5
something.
Gonna go 5 and 4 on this road trip.
You guys
like
have
I said.
owned it. Mora, what did you do?
Starts
You
tonight.
didn't do a lot. You kind of knocked on wood. That was about it. What are you going to do, Mora?
She put the whole thing together.
That's fair.
Salk.
I
Take
guess
it down
that's
a
enough.
notch.
All right. Mora put it all
Goodness.
together. I threw
I'm
Papa
going to
John's
practice
seasoning.
those positive affirmations.
Thank
I
you.
sought them out.
Thank you for seeking out some Blue of Earth to really help us through this difficult day. We'll open up the phone lines in 20 minutes. We'll give you everything you need to know next on Brock and Salk.
Touchdown Seahawks!
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football with the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel.
Number 71, Walter Jones. As strong as any defensive player he faced, he had the feet of a dancing bear, and he had hands that once they gripped you, he wasn't going to let go.
The next great chapter in Seahawks history begins Sunday in the season opener against the 49ers at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Hey homeowners, John Curley here. Why not improve your home's comfort and efficiency now? Hey homeowners, John Curley here. Why not improve your home's comfort and efficiency now? Plus, save 50 to 75% by combining tax credits, rebates, and incentives on a new heat pump from Home Comfort Alliance. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Well, you guys know what fall is all about. Fall is about football. It is also about a great time to reset your workouts on some new stuff. And Top Fitness got some great deals going on right now. Hey, Brock Heward here. And working out in your own home gym, I've told you guys this for years. It is the best. From flooring to everything that goes in a home gym, like treadmills, ellipticals, and strength training systems. Well, Top Fitness has got you covered with it all. They provide it all. They represent the very best brands available as well, like Washington's own Precor. How about that? The company that created the elliptical right? And Inspire Fitness as well, the leader in strength training machines. They got all of it right there. Go to Top Fitness and give them your room dimensions, and they'll do a complete fitness room design. And right now, get 0% interest financing and mention you heard it from me, and you'll receive an additional $100 off any new treadmill or home gym. It's no secret that everyone from personal trainers to pro athletes love Top Fitness. They got locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Step into Seahawks game day at the Pro Shop, where the roar of the 12s begins. And official Seahawks gear is always within reach.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
This is the Pro Shop. Visit the official store of the Seattle Seahawks, located at Lumen Field and the Landing in Renton.
History, it had the gold rush. Then came the oil boom, the tech boom, but right now it's the Wi-Fi boom, and Xfinity Wi-Fi is booming. Xfinity has everything you need to tap into the Wi-Fi boom with seriously powerful and seriously reliable connection. It's got 99.99% network reliability and incredibly low lag, so your streams are smoother than making a decision on what to stream. And did I mention that you can even connect to hundreds of devices, so you, your kids, your parents, your poker group, and whoever else is at home can all experience the Wi-Fi boom with Xfinity. And the Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed, all in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract, all with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply, not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with X5 Complete required for unlimited data, except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards, USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Matt Coker here from West Coast Men's Health. Guys, Viagra is not the answer for your problem. I know you think it is, but Viagra has horrible side effects, and for most men, the longer you're on it, the less it works. Viagra is not a curative medication. It's not fixing your problem. It's a Band-Aid for a shark bite. Acoustic wave therapy is the newest technology that can correct your problem, not just treat it. We can do something that no pill can do. We can restore your blood flow naturally. Get off Viagra today. Change your life like the thousands of men who already have, regardless of your age or your medical history. If you're tired of dealing with Peyronie's disease or erectile dysfunction, then call West Coast Men's Health today.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
The home of the Mariners.
One hopper snared at short. On a quick hop by J.P. Crawford. That guy's a magician over there at shortstop.
Seattle Sports.
Download the Seattle Sports app.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
At Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton, experience the power of choice. Whether you're cruising in a fuel-sipping Prius, tackling trails in a rugged Tacoma, hauling with the mighty Tundra, or commuting in comfort with the Camry or RAV4, your perfect Toyota is waiting. Whether you're in the north or the south, they've got you covered. 2 locations, endless possibilities. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton, the power of choice is yours. Visit their incredible team and beautiful showrooms today or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
Hey, baseball fans, T-Mobile is turning up the excitement with the Grand Slam giveaway. Want to score 4 premium tickets to an upcoming professional baseball game? This is your shot to experience the action like a VIP. Stop by your nearest T-Mobile Experience store and enter for your chance to win. While you're there, check out all the amazing deals and perks waiting for you with T-Mobile, your hometown network. Don't strike out. The Grand Slam giveaway won't last forever. Visit your local T-Mobile Experience store today for your chance to win 4 premium professional baseball tickets.
need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
It was not a good game, unfortunately, again, for the Mariners. They lose another series. They didn't play badly. It just got away from them early and again late as they just weren't able to get done what they needed to. Brian Wu giving up a couple in the first inning, and then they came back, 3 home runs. Cal hit a home run. Julio hit a home run. Polanco hit a home run. You're like, okay, right back in this thing, and then Tampa jumps up by 1, and then you come back again. Cole Young with a sac fly, and then Tampa goes up again by 2, and then you're like, okay, bases loaded, nobody out, 9th inning, here's the shot, and you get a sac fly from Mitch Garver and a fly out from Randy Arozarena, and then Cal was the last chance.
2-2, the stretch by Clevenger. Left-hander ready, fires away, swing and a pop-up. Left side of the infield, Caminero calling for it, he is there. Comes onto the infield grass, and he makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Rays win Game 2, a final score of 6-5.
Yeah, unfortunately, now 1-4 here on this road trip.
1-4.
1-4.
2-7. The previous road trip, 5 straight series losses out on the road. And that's, the challenging one about this road trip, Salk, is you kind of saw it with the Mets. We talked about it in the Phillies, and those teams all playing well in their home ballpark, even Baltimore. These teams have not. They have not. And you've had opportunities. You had opportunities in the first game of this road trip to set a different tone. I think that was why it was so maddening and frustrating to people there with the Mariners, and certainly fans too. You salvaged one up in Cleveland, and now you're in salvage mode. Now you're in must-win mode. You can't really afford to get swept. You got to find a way to win this one today. And yeah, the pitching matchups are not that much brighter on the horizon.
No, they get pretty challenging. You got a real dude in Adrian Hauser today who's been awesome for the Rays, and then both Chris Sale and Spencer Strider are going to pitch in Atlanta.
And Houston Waldrop, who by the way has a 1 ERA.
Yeah, so I mean, better find a way to start getting after some of these dudes. They actually, again, they knocked what's his name out Rasmussen out fairly early, but they're just not able to get enough done. Brian Wu on some of the challenges that they're facing right now.
You just got to take accountability for it. At this point of the year, you can make all the excuses you want. You just got to play better. You got to be better. You got to have more urgency. I think all the guys in the locker room, especially the guys that have been there the last couple of years, are sick and tired of the last couple of years of what have happened in August and September. And, it's up to us to flip the script and do something about it. That's all it really comes down to. There's times that we've played good baseball and we know we're capable of it. This is about as talented a team I think as anybody has ever seen here in the last couple of years. No one's going to give us any wins. We got to go out there and take it.
Well said.
Yeah, not really much to add on that one. Now, the good news is everyone else lost. Houston lost, Texas lost, Kansas City lost. So no real change in the standings. Mariners remain 3 behind Houston, 1.5 up on Texas.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
I think you guys are wrong. Lyle, I keep double-click and shift. Doesn't do a thing.
I think there's something wrong with your phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Double-click shift, the little up key, right?
Double-click what?
Double-click, okay. Yeah, doesn't work.
I think there's something wrong with your phone.
You think so?
It's working for me. Believe me, it's worked for me plenty.
Just double-click shift, huh?
The arrow button, the far left above the numbers.
I double-clicked it. Nothing. It doesn't work. It doesn't do that. I did.
Yes, it gets to a bold arrow.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Okay, but then I press the other buttons.
We could probably figure this out during break.
They're lowercase.
Lyle can be IT for you during the break.
Where's Justin? You need Justin to fix this for me. Oh, I'm sorry, Maura. We need to get to the big news that the Seahawks re-signed Saltoa Lomea to their practice squad.
Way to go, boys.
This is breaking. The people need to know about Saltoa Lomea, Jalen Gaines, and Anthony Campbell.
What they'll need to know is today's practice report, because today is the big day, both for San Francisco and Seattle, to see who gets work in in particular, a couple guys that have been unbelievably limited through training camp, and Tyrese Knight and Uchenna Nwosu. And are those guys full participant? Torrey Horton should be. by all accounts, and Jake Bobo as well, coming off the concussion. So, yeah, yesterday, some moves at the bottom of the roster. Today, a big practice, the start of the work week, and the first real injury report of the regular season.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Meanwhile, getting ready for the NFL season, which actually starts tomorrow night. We're only a day away, which is pretty crazy. The Cowboys are going to be in the spotlight, right? They take on the Eagles in that game. And everyone's talking about how they no longer have Micah Parsons in the trade and how it went down. Well, Micah Parsons' agent, David Mulugeta, went on with First Take, Brock, and he explains what happened with Jerry Jones.
I think that was the part for us that was the most confusing, right? I understand Jerry's always going to do what's best for the Cowboys, and we get that, right? His job is to do what's best for the team and put them in the best situation to win. In this situation, once Micah asked for his representation to be involved, we assumed that would go like any other negotiation, and they would reach out, or they would allow me to reach out and commence negotiations. But I can't answer that question. I'm not sure how this turned the way it did. We were open to negotiate. We reached out numerous times to Adam Periska there, who does their contracts. I've reached out to Stephen Jones as well and asked him, to start negotiations. But for some reason, coming out of that conversation, Jerry believed that he had reached an agreement and he was not open to negotiating any further.
Buying any of that?
Yeah, I think there's obviously two sides. It's something probably in between. I'd be surprised that they had never, ever talked at any point at the combine or otherwise about what that could look like. But yeah, I think Jerry tried to kind of strong-arm the process and put a deal together with Micah and felt like that deal was done and wasn't going to budge. And ultimately, time will tell, man. Time will
Well, Brock,
tell.
the big news, front office sports reporting that Roger Goodell was asked a question. Will Taylor Swift be the Super Bowl halftime show? His answer, it's a maybe, which I think translates to a yes. So sounds like we may have some news on the Taylor Swift Super Bowl halftime show.
I thought you were going to point to the tree planting company that Mr. Ballmer helped
that's
fund.
ridiculous. This is so funny.
Is it ridiculous?
That's everything you need to know. Lots of text messages. Double click it faster. The double click on Shift only works on Android phones. Salk, it only works on iPhone 6 or later. I think I have a brand new iPhone. Didn't work for me either, Salk. Salk, it should work. So, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll deal with it in the break. But you guys got to call. Brock, here we go. We're going to open the phones. You wanted to open the phones today, and I think you're absolutely right. Let's open up the phones. What's wrong with the Mariners right now? Why aren't they winning? What's wrong with the Mariners? What is it? We tried to figure it out. We spent some time at 6. We spent some time at 7. We've yet to figure it out. What's wrong with the Mariners? Why aren't they winning games? Why are they struggling right now? Here as we're into September, the lineup looking like it does, the roster the way it is.
On the road, right? I mean, 9-1 at home, win 2 series at home, 4-2. So in particular, here down the stretch, 23 games to go now. And in particular, as Brian Wu said, this August, September, that's been a bit of a bugaboo for the team and the organization over the last couple of years, and it's being heightened right now. On a team that's got a lot of talent, on a team that doesn't have many excuses nor explanations to make, on a roster that is more complete than it has been in any year that you and I have done this show together.
I agree with all of that. So 866-979-3776, 866-979-3776. What's wrong with the Mariners right now? It's next on Brock and Salk.
Touchdown Seahawks!
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football with the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel.
Number 71, Walter Jones. As strong as any defensive player he faced, he had the feet of a dancing bear, and he had hands that once they gripped you, he wasn't going to let go.
The next great chapter in Seahawks history begins Sunday in the season opener against the 49ers at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
At Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton, experience the power of choice. Whether you're cruising in a fuel-sipping Prius, tackling trails in a rugged Tacoma, hauling with the mighty Tundra, or commuting in comfort with the Camry or RAV4, your perfect Toyota is waiting. Whether you're in the north or the south, they've got you covered. 2 locations, endless possibilities. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton, the power of choice is yours. Visit their incredible team and beautiful showrooms today or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
With football season comes colder weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here with Keith Dashafi from locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. So Keith, what's your next big play?
Well, Steve, right now get 40% off qualifying installs or no payments and no interest for 12 months on approved credit.
Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
From the roof to the deck, the siding to the gutters, and energy-efficient windows, State Roofing and Exteriors is your one-stop shop for home protection. With over 55 years serving Western Washington, we don't just work here, we live here. We know what your home is up against when the cold sets in and the rain starts falling. Right now, we're making it easier than ever to get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 24 months. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com to schedule your free, no-pressure estimate.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at 4hers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At 4hers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. These include oral medication kits and compounded GLP-1 injections, the same active ingredient that's in Ozempic and Wegovy. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits starts at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hers brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments that put your goals first. Reach your weight loss goals with help from Hers. Get started at 4hers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's 4hers.com/radio. FORHERS.com/radio.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, 866-979-3776. We're going to open up the phone lines here for the rest of the hour. Simple question. What's going wrong with the Mariners right now? What do you think it is? Why? How are they stumbling the way they are here from August now into September? And really, it's been these last two road trips. 2-7 on the last one. Now 1-4 on this one with 4 really tough games coming up against good pitchers. So we'll see what direction it all goes. But what's going wrong? We'll jump into the phones here in just a second. I do just want to say, Lyle, did it work on my phone?
It did not work on your phone.
Thank
I'm guessing
you.
You have a setting off.
All right, I'm sure. But at least I feel like I'm not nuts. At least I know I'm not crazy. It did not work on my phone. I'm telling you, there's something going on. All right, 866-979-3776. You know who to start with, right, Brock? If you're going to start a Mariner conversation like this.
Mike in Edmonds.
Mike in Edmonds on line 1, right where he belongs.
Yes!
Mike, what is wrong with the Mariners right now?
Guys, oh boy, they're hard to watch right now. So I think, I actually think 4 things, but you got to save JP and Cal from themselves. They each want to start every game, and Cal probably has the best case for it, but they're both wearing down, and you've got options to relieve them now, and you got to make them sit. And I'm starting to wonder the same thing about Randy. He's out there. I mean, when was the last time I saw a different left fielder?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of think Randy might need to sit too. And then I wonder why Saucedo's up here. Isn't there a better reliever in AAA or AA? You know, somebody? Anyway, there's my thoughts.
All right. Well, so I'm kind of with you on all of that, to be honest with you. I mean, like that's sort of the argument that I've been making for a while. It sounds like you are in my camp of they're exhausted, and it's not an excuse. It's something that should have been dealt with along the way. And I like the way you phrased it. Those guys need to be saved from themselves. Of course they want to play every day. Of course they do. Mm-hmm. But you got to step in and say, you can't play every day, or you're just going to wear down over the course of the season. So that has been my biggest feeling.
I kind of like his wording better than exhausted.
Okay.
Worn down.
Okay.
I know they're one and the same. I know it's semantics, but I think that plays better mentally, physically, emotionally, like all of it, right? Exhausted to me is like just a physical, empty your tank. Oh my gosh, I got nothing left in my aerobic, my anaerobic, my body's just burnt. I don't think it's that. I think it is the mental, the physical, the grind,
sure.
I think that just worn down to a nub is, and certainly the guy behind home plate also takes a physical beating in ways that nobody else does on the roster. And now that you've got some of these guys, but here's the dilemma.
Well,
you have 23 games to go.
It's too late to do anything about that.
You got Michael Jordan to go.
I agree.
Michael Jordan to go.
It is too late. Now is kind of, you're just going to have to deal with it time. We asked Passan yesterday what he thought and what would be some signs that maybe they were fatigued.
I think one thing is the amount of reliance on home runs for scoring, right? Like, remember when Josh Naylor stole, I think, 5 or 6 bases in a week? Over the last 2 weeks, the Mariners' entire team have 6 stolen bases. In the meantime, they've hit 18 home runs, which is great. It's a homer and a half a game. And yet to score only 53 runs in that time, 24th in baseball over that 2-week stretch. And beyond that, to have some of the at-bats that you're seeing.
Yeah. Well, Naylor's got to get on base to steal bases. And on the road, he has just been abysmal.
Mm-hmm.
What were the numbers I sent you the other day and another 0 for last night? I think he's like 2 for his last 30 on the road. You know, he's been amazing at home. He loves hitting. And he said it. He loves hitting at T-Mobile. Of course he does. He's like the anti-everything.
Right.
You know, like he's a contrarian to so much and got that edge. And he loves hitting at home. But he's got to find a way to contribute here on the road because it's not happened on these 2 road
And that
trips.
doesn't make any sense, by the way, right? I mean, like, there's no reason Josh Naylor would only be a good hitter at T-Mobile Park. He's barely played in T-Mobile Park in his career, and he's been a really good hitter in his career. So that doesn't actually make any sense other than that's what our eyes are telling us is happening right now. But I can't imagine that's something that's going to continue. It's not like that's been his home ballpark his whole career.
Correct.
It's brand new for him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I appreciate that that's happening, but to me, that again is a what, not a why. So I don't know. 866-979-3776. That clears a line. A lot of frustration today. What is wrong? What is wrong with the Mariners right now? Tanner is in Seattle. What's up, Tanner? Good morning.
Good morning. I think the biggest, something that I've noticed is ever since Dan's restructured this lineup and Arozarena's leading off and Cal's batting second, I feel like he can't put together a complete lineup. And it just seems really weird how it's changed a lot. I feel like JP has excelled in the leadoff spot more than anywhere else. He moved him in the order. And I think when he moved up, he didn't start in the leadoff spot to begin the season, if I remember correctly. But when he did get moved up to leadoff, he started hitting really well. And then, I don't know, it just seems like there's this weird thing where we can't string together hits right now. And
so let me jump in on that, Tanner, because just a couple of thoughts on that. One, it sure worked during the first homestand when he put together that lineup for the first time, and it worked on the last homestand when they won 4 out of 6 and played pretty good ball. Also, JP wasn't hitting when he got moved down. Like, the JP slide started way before he got moved down to the 8 spot.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I feel like, I guess when you do go on these slides on the road and you look at something to potentially change when we aren't hitting, and I mean, obviously all of these losses on the roads aren't just us not hitting. Our bullpen has been struggling and our starting pitching has been struggling on the road as well. But I don't know. I guess that's just something that I thought about is why did the lineup change in the first place when it was going pretty successful for a good part of the year? But
well, I'll say this, Tanner. Thank you for the phone call. Who leads this team in on-base percentage outside of Leonardo Andres Rivas? Who leads this team with qualified at bats? Who leads this team right now in on-base percentage?
Randy?
Nope.
Cal?
JP.
Does he
Even
really
with the
still?
struggles. Even since the All-Star break with that 5 whatever OPS. Yeah, 353 on-base percentage.
Wow. What's Randy at?
Randy's like third or fourth, 338, right around there. So it's not, it goes JP 1 at 353, Cal 2 at 352,
Right.
Dom, and then Rosarena at 338.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not a drastic difference. I think there's also a righty-lefty component to this. I am curious, to be honest with you. I kind of have thought about this. What about Naylor hitting behind Cal?
Yeah.
There's part of that I think
Or
could
hitting
help
in front of
kinda-
Cal. I mean, like, there's a lot of ways you could construct this. Do you really feel like the lineup is the reason, though? I'm
I don't,
with
but
you.
there's
I'm happy
enough.
to have the
But there's like
conversation.
16 games on the road here where there's been almost no action against starters.
I know,
right?
but do you think that's because of the lineup? That to me doesn't make a ton of sense. I'm not saying it's untrue. It doesn't ring to me. What I do think is interesting, and one big difference between Dan and Scott, is that Scott was pretty loose with his lineup.
Pretty fluid. Mm-hmm.
Dan has been very strict. He's essentially only changed the lineup once or twice over the course of the year. After Robles got hurt and he had to make some moves at the beginning, and then after they made the acquisitions of Naylor and Gino, and he made another big change to the lineup then. Other than that, outside of some righty-lefty stuff, he's pretty loath to make any changes to his lineup. He's been very, hey, you show up, this is the spot you're going to hit in. And Cal's talked about how great that is and how much he enjoys that and how important that is. And I get it. I think there's also the other side of that, which is there's not a lot of ability to make, day-to-day moves to maximize, nor is there any real accountability when you're not hitting.
I don't know. There's something about Tanner there that does resonate with me a little bit. Can you point to it specifically? No, it's baseball. There's never anything concrete. But JP still leads amidst all of his struggles. Is still got one of the best eyes. Still works that pitcher a little bit.
Right.
And Randy, as Jeff said yesterday, still strikes out a lot and doesn't get on base quite as much. And certainly over the last month or so has had some huge, awesome power and has won some games with that power. So I wouldn't say this is
also on
definitive.
base in front of a couple of those Cal home runs. I don't know. I understand the point. I don't necessarily agree that would be the thing. But hey, everyone gets an idea here today. I'm not discounting it. 866-979-3776. Dean and Lake Taps. Good morning, Dean.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me. So call me crazy for saying this. I think it's got to be something psychological. And I'm going to relate this to golf. So you're on the tee box. You just hit 4 in the trees, hit a house. What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about on that next tee box? And I think we're seeing a little
thinking about that hot dog at the turn. Thinking about the glizzy.
I think we're seeing we have the yips, man. Everyone in that clubhouse just tightens up a little bit. Come time when it matters, and I think that's what we're seeing. And this is obviously pitching aside and struggling aside, but as history shows us, I think we tighten up this time of the year.
So what? So I'm not discounting it again. What's the evidence though, other than human nature? Do you see something they're doing that you say, look, hey, that means they're tight?
I just think it's what history shows us. Okay. Really, one playoff appearance in how many years, and when this team struggles, they really struggle. So does everyone just tighten up? I'm not in that clubhouse. I can't say for sure, but outsider looking in, that's what it looks like to me.
Salk, have you ever played Lake Taps Golf Course?
I have not.
It's pretty hard.
I've heard that.
A lot of water.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I'm surprised Dean and Lake Taps went trees and houses and
not water,
not into the lake. You mentioned earlier, Salk, about basketball and football being different, where you can out-effort people, out-hustle people, get more turf burns, more floor scrapes, more effort, right, can lead to some of that success. I think where there is and can be a correlation in the game of basketball to baseball, to Dean's point a little bit, is missing free throws. And all of a sudden, the team starts missing free throws. And even your good free throw shooters, it just is like, oh my gosh, can we just put a stop to this? Can we find somebody, right? I mean, and you do see that psychologically in that sport, which is a lot more equivalent to the game of baseball. When you're sitting on the free throw line,
sure,
and everybody is watching you as you're sitting in the batter's box on top of the mound on the rubber, like,
yeah,
there is some of that psychology that can come into play.
To me, focus would probably be more of it to me. I don't know how to give you evidence that they look tight.
Were you a good free throw shooter, by the way?
What do you think?
I don't know.
No, I'm a terrible shooter.
Really?
I was really good at getting to the free throw line. Not a very good free throw shooter.
You were Chris Egan?
Sure. I guess I was. No, I don't know how to give you evidence that they're tight.
Right.
Were they tight when they were at home? Why are they only tight on the road?
Do they play off the fans at home? Did we talk about that?
But wouldn't that make them more tight? If that's the pressure that's getting to them, wouldn't having all the fans going crazy and supporting them and 45,000, wouldn't that make you tight? I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know the answer to this. That doesn't ring true to me because I think that it would show up in those moments and then they go on the road and feel free. I don't think so. To me, it looks like more of either, what was the word? Not exhaustion, but worn down.
Worn down.
Or more, and the road will wear you down. And then I think that leads to some of the lack of focus that have been problematic for them.
Just ask Elvis.
Huh?
Just ask Elvis, man. The road guy.
The road sure did. That's not the only one. 866-979-3776. Let me try Karsten in Tampa. Good morning, Karsten.
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing?
Good.
So I was at the game on Monday night, and I definitely think, I don't know if tightness is it. They seemed loose. They were energetic. One thing I loved, Julio, every single time coming in and out of the field is looking at the crowd, smiling, his big smile. They had energy. It's just, I don't know. I think focus, man, is a big thing where, Randy getting picked off at second base in the first inning, that was pretty bad. I just think as you keep playing this way, you're shortening that time frame for when you really need to lock into playoff mentality baseball. I mean, if you're a week left in the season and you're having to lock into playoff mentality, then that's just going to make your World Series run even more difficult.
So hold on. So Carson, let me jump in. I got a question for you. I love the point, and I think I agree with a lot of it. Are you sure that it's harder to lock in late? Or let me present the other side of it. It's hard to stay locked in for a really long time. It's mentally exhausting to be like that. maybe it's better to lock in late as long as you haven't let it get away from you.
Well, I think my point is that the longer you have to be in playoff mentality, like you just said, the harder it becomes. If you aren't playing as bad as you are now, you don't have to lock in with a week or two left in the season.
Yeah.
You can really lock into playoff baseball when you get to playoff baseball. But if you add an extra week or two to that playoff mentality, that's just going to wear your guys down even more.
That's well said.
So,
That's a good point. I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
Carson, you feel good about that? Salk gave you a good
Dude,
point.
Well, I know people say that I don't listen or I just want here to argue with people, but I'm just trying to challenge you to give more to the answer. And I thought he did a great job with that.
Yeah.
That's really absolutely great point.
And you hear that in basketball as much as anything else. Like, how much energy do you have to expend
coming back?
How much energy do you have to expend to come back in a game? How much energy do you expend on back-to-back nights? How much energy do you expend down the stretch of a season to get to the playoffs? And then what truly is left in the tank at that point? I think that is truly a basketball term that does come to life in a 162-game marathon.
Here's the good news. They don't need to come back. They're in a playoff spot right now. I know it doesn't feel that way. It feels really frustrating today, and they're not winning, but they are still currently in a wild card spot, and that's worth remembering. Let's go to Danny in Bellingham. Good morning, Danny.
Hey, how you doing? It's Danny in beautiful Bellingham. Hey, one thing I'd love to say is I love Dan Wilson. He's a really nice guy, but he's a managerial nightmare. He's a howdy-doody manager. And you find me one howdy-doody manager.
What does that mean?
That has had
It means howdy-doody, Saul.
What is
It means howdy-doody.
I'm curious. What is a howdy-doody manager? What does that mean?
Howdy-doody was a puppet.
Ah, okay. I see.
And Dan Wilson's basically a puppet of, Jerry DiPoto wanted Scott Service to stick around. He didn't want Scott to be fired. And he's kind of somewhat been okay with this Dan Wilson thing, but Dan's learning on the job. He doesn't know what he's doing. But, the biggest problem I have is the Mariners have a great lineup, but they are the worst team with runners in scoring position. I don't get it. They're just the biggest bunch of chokes. Nobody wants to step up. And I know everybody loves Julio, but he is a stat slut. And when we need a superstar, he always exits stage left. You look at his stats as far as runners in scoring position and what he delivers. I mean,
All right. Well, appreciate the call. I think there's a lot to unpack there, Brock.
Hey, Danny. Is Danny still there?
He is.
Okay. Hey, Danny, quick question for you. Can you name two of the other puppets on the Howdy Doody Puppet Show? Which did star him, Howdy Doody.
My dad was once there for a taping of the Howdy Doody show.
Can you name two of the other puppets involved
from the
in
Peanut
Howdy
Gallery
Doody Puppet Show?
I'm an older guy, but I'm not that old. But I have been a lifetime Mariner fan. And so I will have to say some of my comments have some history with them.
Really?
Just because if you've been a lifetime Mariner fan, you've experienced a lot of, shall we say,
tough
heartbreak.
Yeah. Thank you, Danny. That would be Clarabelle the Clown.
Yes. Clarabelle.
And Buffalo Bob.
Buffalo Bob, yeah.
Don't be confused with Buffalo Bill.
I knew
from
Buffalo
Silence of the
Bob.
Lambs.
I didn't
Buffalo
remember
Bob.
Clarabelle. I've never actually seen the Howdy Doody show. I've just heard my dad talk about it for so long. He was there. He was in the Peanut Gallery, I think, once. Very exciting.
I think that there is something to be said, and in Dan Wilson's heart of hearts, and he has said it over the course, that there is a learning curve to climb. I think he's a better manager today than he was the first 20 games of this season. I think there's been some identity forged. I think there are some guys that enjoy the creature comfort of knowing where they are and the lack of fluidity in this deal. I think he is covered for his players at every single turn this year, sometimes painfully so, right? Trying to cover and protect them amidst their struggles. I think his grace is real. He's got a lot more grace and patience than certainly I do watching this team. But there is a learning curve.
Yep.
There's no question about it.
But I think that was part of the challenge. Why are you putting somebody who needs a learning curve into a situation with a team that's in win-now mode? I think that was always part of the question. Now, a couple of Danny's points. In terms of whether or not Jerry wanted Scott fired, Jerry fired Scott.
Correct.
Like, I think that's pretty simple. Whether or not Dan is a puppet manager, I would very much disagree with that. I don't think that's the case. I think that if anything, Dan is much more old school gut than this front office would want. So I don't know. I would very strongly disagree with that. Now, as it comes to hitting with runners in scoring position, would you like the numbers, Brock? The Mariners with runners in scoring position rank where in OPS?
In OPS with runners in scoring position, they rank 16th.
23rd. Whoa. The Mariners with runners in scoring position with batting average rank, because this is where batting average does start to matter quite a bit. Lyle, where do the Mariners rank in batting average with runners in scoring position?
23rd.
Keep going.
28th.
Keep going.
30th.
30th.
That's
the Mariners are dead last in the league with runners in scoring position and batting average behind the White Sox and Rockies and Pirates, 3 of the worst teams in baseball. Now, the Astros are in the bottom 7. The Royals are down there. Cleveland's down there. But if you go back up to the top of that list, Blue Jays, Brewers, Dodgers, Marlins, Rays, Cubs, Tigers, Phillies. That's a pretty good stat. And while batting average is not always, the biggest thing in the world, batting average with runners in scoring position, and I think it is fairly safe to say this was part of the thing that was supposed to be fixed this year.
That's right.
Right? This was supposed to be the thing. Oh, Edgar's here, and it's going to fix this. And I mean, here we are 130-something games in, and that's not the case. So I think that one's worth noting.
That's bad baseball right there. Bottom line, that's bad baseball. And that is, I'd be curious individually to see those guys. I know that's harder to do, Salk, but maybe we'll do it tomorrow if the struggles persist and they get swept today. But that's bad baseball. That's not delivering when it counts and when it matters.
I know. Well, let's do one more. Colin's in Seattle. Good morning, Colin.
Good morning.
What's wrong with the Mariners, Colin?
One thing last night that just, boiled my blood a little bit was the whole we're tossing Canzone from the dugout. I don't know if it ended up being a fan or whatever. But then Dan goes out and just takes it, gets tossed, doesn't do anything, and doesn't. You just had Lou Piniella there, for God's sake. You got to give them a little bit of edge. Show your guys you got some edge. We wonder why these guys don't have an edge. You guys got to show a little backbone. I wouldn't go as far to say that Dan is a puppet manager, for sure. I think he's going to be a great manager. He's got a great relationship with these players and whatnot. And he's growing into the role, like you guys said, but we got to have a little fire. We're in the midst of a playoff run. We're kind of down a little bit right now, obviously, but he just takes it and walks out of there. I just want to see a little bit more from him.
So when you're in the pit,
where it all goes down,
where it all goes down,
this is a common refrain. I don't know.
You got to be who you are.
You got to be who you are. That's not who Dan is.
Otherwise, you look like a poser.
And if he did that last night and really got himself thrown out in massive fashion after the team meeting, I think it just looks phony. I'm sorry. That just looks phony. I don't mind him getting thrown out. It was a little amusing that it happened right after but you can't get thrown out like that. I mean, that would have been, I think, much worse. Like, come on, man. That's not who you are. That feels desperate.
True or false? True or false? I heard a story about a head college coach that called his equipment guys and told them to put some boxes out on the track.
Okay.
Right? And just totally abnormal. Like, what do we even do? Just so he could kick them and throw them and just make a big old hissy fit. Like, that is just fake.
Phony.
John McLaren, when he lost his mind, I think it was McLaren, right? After the manager for them. That just doesn't feel, it's not organic. And it's not real, and it's not true to who you are. And I think that does more disservice than it does.
But I think there is something to be said, Brock. While and Lyle and I were talking about this yesterday, where I think there's more of a conversation is around accountability. And you're right. Dan has not ever thrown his players under the bus. He covers for them in every opportunity, and I don't have a problem with that. I think it's great. That is how you earn loyalty and trust and respect. But it also can have like all things, there's trade-offs. And the trade-off on that is there enough accountability? Are guys focused in every big moment? Are they taking, the scouting reports that I know everybody didn't like last year and using them with runners in scoring position where batting average starts to matter? I think those are fair questions to be asked alongside some of those positives, because that's what the game is, trade-offs. There's a lot of positives. That's not a Torch Dan idea. It's, hey, You're doing these things really well. They come with these trade-offs. How do you find a way to balance all that? And maybe right now some of that balance is out of whack. Good conversation. Thank you all for the phone calls. Those are, I think, pretty good. And I think pretty reasonable as everyone's trying to figure out what's going on with this team and why they're not where we expect them to be on September 3rd. So, all right, take a quick break. We'll come back. We're going to get to the number 3 most intriguing Seahawk. Brock, I will say,
Michael,
I thought very hard about this person being number 1. I couldn't quite do it, but I came really close to this person being number 1, and I still think I might have made a mistake. This person should probably be number 2, and I'm debating going back on it. But the number 3 most intriguing Seahawk is next.
Touchdown Seahawks! Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football with the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel.
Number 71, Walter Jones. As strong as any defensive player he faced, he had the feet of a dancing bear, and he had hands that once they gripped you, he wasn't going to let go.
The next great chapter in Seahawks history begins Sunday in the season opener against the 49ers at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Michael is in his 70s, and he was dealing with an injury.
I had tears in my rotator cuff. Just the discomfort of going about everyday life. Day-to-day things were not comfortable or almost impossible, but just being inactive was troubling.
He was in a great deal of pain.
I started trying to learn how to brush my teeth with my left hand, and you can't do it. It was ridiculous.
Searching for answers, Michael found Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, where he underwent stem cell therapy.
You know, I played basketball Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and so I'm getting my shot back. It's not back to where it was, but hey, before I couldn't even do anything. So 100% improvement of what it was.
Wow, that's great to hear. Would you recommend stem cell therapy to others?
I can share without a doubt that it helped me, and I'm grateful for that.
Whether it's a shoulder, hip, or knee, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Can you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Get his freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke, you're right. And Brooke, you're right.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
I got to admit, I'm pretty blown away by that number. 230 batting average with runners in scoring position this year. I did not realize it was that bad till I looked it up. That I would have guessed it was middle of the pack, to be honest with you. I did not realize it had fallen to 230, 30th in the league. Dead last, man, behind the White Sox and Rockies. That's not a.
It's hard.
Not a position you want to be in.
Yeah, it's hard to win these games, hard to win these series, hard to win playoff series. I mean, it just that's a facet of the game. It's situational baseball, right? It's situational ball. Any of these sports. What do you do in the final minutes going into half, coming out of half? What do you do in the red zone? What do you do, in the final minutes of a basketball game? What do you do at just the situational stuff matters. And it gets highlighted that much more, especially against the pitching that you tend to see, right, as you get into the playoffs. And when you get people on base, you got to find a way to get them home.
Because you're a middle of the pack, 16th in on-base percentage. Like, you're getting on base. You just got to find ways to get those guys in. And they've got some dudes to do it. So that is pretty frustrating to see. There's no doubt. All right, moving on past that for a little while. We've spent enough time on some of those today. But we are just a couple days away, Brock, from the Seahawks getting underway. I've been counting down the 20 most intriguing Seahawks. And as I said, I think today could be number one, probably should be number two. I'm sorry about that. But he is number three.
Number three.
The number three most intriguing Seahawk is Klint Kubiak. I know he's not going to be playing on the field, but I think we've certainly made exceptions before for incredibly intriguing people who are not necessarily players. Klint Kubiak is in the microscope, man. The eye of Sauron is on him directly, as it has been forever since the people of Seattle have really believed in an offensive coordinator. It didn't go well last year with Ryan Grubb. It didn't go well the previous few years with Shane Waldron. I guess maybe Schottenheimer was the last one, but even he had his ups and downs. Before that, you're talking Darrell Bevel, and dude, it's been a while. And by all accounts, he's doing exactly what Mike Macdonald wants him to do, and that's, to me, what makes him most intriguing. Can he just do what the coach wants? Because it feels like that's been a problem for the last, half decade, where the coach just isn't getting his way in terms of the style of offense that he wants played. And they need to be a complementary piece to the defense that is supposed to be the highlight of this team. Well, who understands that? It sure seems like Klint Kubiak does. And the person in the media who seems to understand it best is Chris Long, who said this on the Greenlight podcast.
He talks about wanting to contribute to the complementary football. You ask an offensive coordinator a lot of times, what do you want out of this season? It's pew, 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 verticals or like whatever. That wasn't even the OC. That was Gannon speaking for their offense. But, hey, we want to do this. We want to do that. For Kubiak, the first thing that seemed to come out of his mouth most times I read his quotes was like, we want to fit in. We want to be a part of this identity that coach is building, and we don't want to f it up. You don't want to make it sound as simple or as like, if last year was really ambitious, you don't want to make the strategy this year sound kind of like short-sighted, but it seems like trading a little bit of the high ceiling for a high floor and stabilizing.
I totally agree with all of that. It is finding a way to complement this defense, which means keeping the ball on the ground. It means keeping the ball for long drives, sustainability, not turning the ball over, not going 3 and out with no time coming off the clock. And it means a physical brand of football that fits in with what the defense and what Mike Macdonald wants. What we've seen in Baltimore, what we've seen in Detroit the last few years. Mike Macdonald clearly envies that and wants that and desires it. So can he deliver on it? It sure looked that way in the second preseason game where we got to see the starters play. And if that continues into the season with the fullbacks and the style of running attack and what they've done with the offensive line, great. That would be really tremendous. Now, that's not the entire job, though, of the offensive coordinator. You can't just be old school and just run the ball over and over again. You got to build a passing game on top of it, and it's got to be a modern passing game. It's not going to have some of the fanciness that you'll see elsewhere, but Jake Bobo says it's still super effective, and he explains why.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are going to see it, but it's really cool what Kubes is doing. I mean, he's marrying up, at least for just receivers. We're on the same path for the first 10 yards of a play, whether we're running outside zone or we're running boot action, play action off of it. So I obviously have not been in their shoes, but I think that's really difficult on a defense. DBs, especially safeties that are getting cracked all game, then all of a sudden you're going to boot action off of it. You're going to run a deep in route off of that same route stem. I think that puts defenses in a bind. It puts linebackers in a bind. So it's been really cool to kind of explore that in Kubes' scheme so far. But obviously we've got further steps we want to take, and we'll continue to do that.
Put it all together, Brock, and this is a guy who is going to be watched and discussed throughout the entirety of this year. If he can take this offensive line and an offense that no one around the league seems to think is going to do much and actually run the ball, actually pound it, actually do what they did in that second preseason game, the Seahawks are going to be good. They're going to be a good team. And in some ways, he may be the biggest pivot in all of that.
I think that's well said. I think he absolutely is one of the most intriguing. I think he would tell you that it is not just about me, and not from just a humble, standpoint, Salk is still a young guy, 11 years into the league. But this is bringing John Becton. This is bringing Rick Dennison. This is bringing the QB coach, Janako. This is bringing all the resources around him. So it's not about him. It's not about just him, Ryan Grubb.
That's true.
Trying to teach everybody else.
But he is the guy that sort of...
Oh, he's at the tip of the spear. There's no
right.
question. And he's got to be the play caller and the designer. And, yeah, he's been around. He's kind of at a sweet spot in his career, too. He's kind of at that age and stage where, hey, man, this goes really well for me. You know what the next step is, right? That's to be one of these young whippersnapper head coaches. And he's got the support around him, the staff around him, a complimentary defense. It's wonderful to say play complimentary ball, but you need the peanut butter and the jelly. And they've got the peanut butter on the defensive side. Now they got to be the jelly to bind it all together.
Last part of it is the concern that maybe, again, that it's not just old school, that it's Stone Age. And JSN on this cut here with Fred Taylor, as they're talking about Ken Walker, explains that that's not it at all.
I get that call all the time. Yeah. I've talked to Kay so many times. Yeah. Just an amazing kid, like Bijan, right? And he can really get to it. But he's a little bit in the shadows, being tucked away, in this market. But when they figure it out, it'll be too late then, because he can really go.
Yeah. He's our bread and butter, and I'm excited to see him Charbonnet as well.
You got a new offense.
We do.
You're gonna be more on the under center.
Yeah, we old school football, with new school principles.
Now, just the very last thing there, right? Sorry to make you wait for the 20 seconds leading up to it, but that's the idea. right? Old school football with new school principles. All right, that is the number 3 most intriguing Seahawk. Could have been number 2, maybe even number 1. I think 1 is right, but I kind of went back and forth, vacillating on number 2. And I think when I tell you who it is, you'll understand why I went the way I did, but I did go back and forth. He might be the second most intriguing Seahawk.
Yeah, that'd be a cool T-shirt. This thing gets going and gets humming. Old school football, new school principles.
Yeah, I like the way that sounds. Hey, Hawks Live is back for another season. You can join Michael Bumpus and Paul Moyer tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m. at Bellevue Square Center Court for a live broadcast and a preview of this week's game and a visit from a player. You know who that's going to be tomorrow? Gray Zabel, first-round pick. Maybe he'll be chugging Gatorade. That's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at Bellevue Square Center Court. Learn more at seattlesports.com/events. We'll come back, give you everything you need to know. Yes, Brock, I've got a question here from somebody, and I want to answer it for them. Person says, Salk, are you going to let Brock do Washington Wednesday? I mean, he's all dressed up and eager. He skipped work on Monday and wants to bore us all with NCAA football, whatever conference the Huskies are in nowadays. Yes, absolutely. We will let Brock do all of that at 9:30, and it won't be boring at all. It's going to be great. It's coming up on Brock and Salk.
The guy we've been wanting to speak to.
Wyman and Bob, every afternoon at 2.
Josh Naylor.
Have you gotten a sense of how the fan base has responded to you? Like, when we're on the air and we bring up your name, the texts start flying. They better re-sign you.
The fan base is crazy. It's like almost electric. You can sometimes feel the ground shaking a little bit when something cool happens. So far, the fan base has been awesome. Even my family says they're incredible and probably one of their favorites that they've had in my career.
Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Hey, Brock Ewart here, and I have had my share of a few, blunt trauma force injuries over the years through football, and actually everybody that works at our station that played the great game and got to live their dreams knows about pain, but you don't have to play pro football and pro sports to know what I'm talking about. Painful joints from arthritis can affect anyone and make it hard to do pretty much anything. Well, that is where my friend, Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine right over there in Kirkland, that's where he's ready for your call, 425-823-4000. Dr. Nelson has seen so many patients suffering from chronic joint pain caused by arthritis, so don't let pain stop you from your quality of life. Consider Dr. Nelson the only doctor with over 3 decades of experience in pain medicine techniques. He has got so many tools in the tool bag, including, stem cell therapy, a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells and platelet-rich plasma to harness your body's healing potential. If you're in pain, give Dr. Nelson a call, 425-823-4000, 425-823-4000, or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
In March 2017, police in Ketchikan, Alaska, got a worried call.
And I haven't heard from them, so I'm getting worried.
It was about a beloved surgeon, one of just 2 in town, named Eric Garcia. When police officers arrived to check on the doctor, they found him dead on a couch.
Is it a suicide? Is it a murder? What is it?
From ABC Audio and 2020, Cold-Blooded Mystery in Alaska is out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at 4hers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At 4hers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. These include oral medication kits and compounded GLP-1 injections, the same active ingredient that's in Ozempic and Wegovy. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits starts at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hers brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments that put your goals first. Reach your weight loss goals with help from Hers. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
The home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Cal swinging a drive, deep to right field.
Every pitch of every Mariners game is on the Seattle Sports app.
Goodbye baseball. Home runs in 3 consecutive games. Cal Raleigh, the big dumper.
The Mariners postseason push is on, and there's a whole new way to be part of the action. Introducing the Homestretch Flex Plan, a $500 membership that gives you the freedom to choose your games and seats for the rest of the season, all while saving 5% on tickets and no fees.
Strike 3 call. Triple digits to end it and complete the sweep.
You can use your credit however you want. Go big with club seats for a couple high-stakes showdowns, or stretch it out into the final series against the Dodgers. And the best part? Homestretch Flex members get priority access to our postseason pre-sale. That means you're first in line when October comes calling. The team is locked in.
J.P. Crawford! Game winner, walk-off fashion in the 9th inning.
And now it's time to bring the energy down the stretch. Come on board today at mariners.com/homestretch. Mariners baseball. Try dance up.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Seattle without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Seattle for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FREE to 64,000. Seattle is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop this week right here in Seattle and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FREE to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FREE to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FREE to 64,000.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
2-2, the stretch by Clevenger. Left-hander ready, fires away, swing and a pop-up. Left side of the infield, Caminero calling for it. He is there, comes onto the infield grass, and he makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Rays win Game 2, a final score of 6-5.
Yeah, that was how it ended. It looked good for a little while. He had the great inning, top of the 4th. Cal goes yard after a great 9-pitch at bat. Wore out the pitcher, and then Julio hits the next pitch out for a home run. Now you got him on the ropes. You get another home run from Polanco, and you're like, okay, there we go. You got a lead. And unfortunately, they gave up that lead. They tied it up again and not able to get it done late. Tampa ends up coming away with another win. Frustrating for the team. Cal Raleigh, no answers.
I don't really have an answer. Just not playing well. Yeah, I mean, not playing good baseball on the road. That's pretty much plain and simple. Don't really have much after that. Yeah.
You know, I said earlier that, I didn't feel like they played bad baseball last night. But in fairness to Cal, I think he's saying they're just not playing well on the road. And I don't know that I could argue with that. They're just not playing good baseball on the road.
Yeah, amongst all the conversations we've had about laundry and jinxes and everything else, Greg Olson, can you play cut 11 for me? Because we haven't talked in much length about this team meeting.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of called it. You said it earlier in the week, are we kind of near that time? Because we've not heard of a players-only meeting. We've not really seen closed doors in the clubhouse. Well, we did get to see that yesterday. Dan Wilson asked about it post-game, said this.
Yeah, more of an open forum, and it was guys having a chance to say what they felt. And I think we all feel the same, and we know what's in front of us. We know the opportunity that exists. We know the commitments that have been made to this organization and this club, and we want to deliver on that, and we want to do it for for ourselves and for our fans and for the city. And, that's really what it boils down to. And being able to get on the same page and how that will look as we go forward is big.
Probably the right time, right, Salk?
Well, yeah, it's funny. I legitimately emailed it to you
in.
guys the night before. Like,
you did?
Haven't really seen a team meeting yet this year. I wonder if that's going to be on the horizon. And yeah, sure enough, it was. Unfortunately, it didn't do anything for them last night, at least in terms of the wins and losses. But that being said, I thought they played a pretty good game last night. And maybe that is enough to kind of get it going today. Doesn't always have to happen that second, but yeah, until it does, everyone's going to sit here kind of with their hands up saying, when is this going to get going again? Series finale today, Kirby and Adrian Hauser's been really good. Then you head off to Atlanta after a day off. But the Astros lost yesterday. Kansas City lost yesterday. Texas lost yesterday. So a failed opportunity to gain ground. But on the other hand, you don't lose any. Still 3 games back in the AL West. Still a game and a half up on the Rangers.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Brock, you said it earlier. First real practice and practice report, injury report coming out today. So we'll have a sense as to how healthy these Seahawks are. They were making some shuffling moves along their practice squad yesterday. Salto Lomea, probably the biggest name. He had been cut and then he was brought back. It does sound like they're trying to get everybody on the practice squad paid, which is great. Brady said that yesterday, and I think that's a really nice way to do it. I am still a little interested here on this report from Nick Wagoner, Brady's buddy, ESPN reporter for the Niners, saying that 53% of the crowd estimated on Sunday is going to be Niners fans? I mean, it doesn't sound right. That feels hot. But I think the point could still be valid of, like, there's going to be way too many Niners fans there, even if it's not 53%.
I think that's probably the way it's going to shake out. You know, this is a heat of rivalry. You've gone down and filled their stadium. I think last year, Hawk Blogger pointed this out, over 50% of the fans in that win down in San Francisco or Santa Clara were Seahawk fans. So it's an easy trip. It is easy to sell these tickets on the secondary market. I would sure hope season ticket holders for the opener in this rivalry and in this game would keep their own, make sure they sell it to Seahawk fans or go to the game themselves. And
yeah, Hawk Blogger's got that HB ticket exchange deal to make sure that you can do that. Probably worth looking at if you're thinking of selling your tickets to big games like this.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Yeah, NFL gets underway tomorrow night. That's going to be great. Excited to just have NFL games start talking about these 2 weeks leading up to it. It's just, it's too much. It's too much. Too much hype, not enough action. But there's a lot going on. We played you some Micah Parsons related stuff earlier. I think I played you some Matt Stafford. How about this? Dan Orlovsky saying that the Chiefs could be in some trouble this year.
The Chiefs' offense needs to change. The reality is the Chiefs' offense needs to evolve. The team that lost one game last year and went to the Super Bowl, it needs to change. Because Mina's point is correct. Okay, they want to get more explosive. You can't do that in today's NFL if you aren't play-action pass-centric or have a freak on the outside. We know that they don't have a guy on the outside that is that problem. So how much play-action pass are they going to do, and how much does the new side or left side of that offensive line help them do that? Those are two new players at those positions playing together. How good those two young players, Kingsley and Simmons, play together is going to determine how much they can hold on to the football. I'm of the belief, as great as Andy Reid is and as smart as Matt Nagy is, this offense schematically needs to evolve.
I think that makes sense. I think that makes some sense. They've been, obviously a tremendous screen team. I think they're terrific in their innovation in the high red zone, short yardage. I don't think anybody does it better than them. But yeah, to Dan's point, if you really want to study these systems and Detroit right at the forefront of it, what is it? It's run, play, action, pass. It's run, play, action, pass. What have the Niners been? What have these teams, the Rams been? Run, play, action, pass. All of these teams play so much of this shell coverage, limit that big play. You don't see the single safety nearly as much anymore. And if you don't make them pay by running it efficiently and successfully, then it makes it very difficult to affect and impact those safeties in the play action.
All right, that's everything you need to know. Quarter past every hour here in the Brock and Salk Show. I saw, Tim Booth reporting that FIFA has announced the process for general ticket sales for next year's Men's World Cup tournament, 6 games in Seattle, and the process will begin next week. Did you know that the World Cup was coming to Seattle?
Of course I did, Salk.
Really?
L.A., Kansas City, Seattle.
Here? In
Yes.
Seattle, they're going to have World Cup games?
Soccer capital of the world.
Unbelievable.
Well,
What will they think of
States.
next? No, I did know this. And
did you know they won the cup? You know they beat Messi
What
on
cup?
Sunday night with 65,000 people, and there was a big brawl afterwards?
Which cup?
I'm not sure which one.
Which cup was that, Brock?
Well, it was not the MLS Cup. It was not the CONCACAF Cup. It was...
was it the America's Cup that they won a few years ago when they beat the U.S. Greek Americans?
Nope. It was the last one they had to add. I believe it was an some open cup.
It was
that
the
includes
first ever Leagues Cup trophy.
Leagues Cup.
The first
they've added them
ever?
all. Yeah.
They won
They've
the
added
first
every
one?
trophy. Salk, they've added every trophy there is to be added to the trophy case. This is soccer capital USA, and that is why
It's a
the
lot
World
of trophies.
Cup is a-coming.
It's a
Yes,
lot
it
of
is.
trophies. It's a lot. There's a lot going on there. All right. Well, there you go. For soccer fans, also, if you'd like to rent my house during those couple of weeks, please get in touch because I plan to be out of town. Coming up, we will give you trash takes here in 20 minutes. I'll go get my hat. And before that, it's Washington Wednesday. Brock's got his hat ready to go. This is going to be a big hat segment. Husky fans, stick around. You're going to like it next.
Touchdown Seahawks! Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football with the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel.
Number 71, Walter Jones. As strong as any defensive player he faced, he had the feet of a dancing bear, and he had hands that once they gripped you, he wasn't going to let go.
The next great chapter in Seahawks history begins Sunday in the season opener against the 49ers at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
All right, yeah, it's true. Luxury awaits at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. The new hotel is really incredible. You can start booking now. Go to snocasino.com. The room's spectacular. The pool even better. The spa is, I was blown away. But maybe the highlight was the sports bar. This huge, like, indoor, outdoor, open air concept with tons of TVs, great food. Oh, my gosh. And just a really cool vibe in there. You can, again, go to snocasino.com to see all of this. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
At Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton, experience the power of choice. Whether you're cruising in a fuel-sipping Prius, tackling trails in a rugged Tacoma, hauling with the mighty Tundra, or commuting in comfort with the Camry or RAV4, your perfect Toyota is waiting. Whether you're in the north or the south, they've got you covered. 2 locations, endless possibilities. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton, the power of choice is yours. Visit their incredible team and beautiful showrooms today or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
Your time is money. Stop wasting it in I-5 gridlock. Seaport Airlines offers high-frequency commuter shuttle service from Seattle's Boeing Field to Portland. Get there faster without the hassles. Seaport Airlines. It's about time. Upgrade your home's energy efficiency before winter during Lake Washington Windows Autumn Savings Event. Save $500 on every window, $1,000 on every door. Plus, enjoy 12 months same as cash financing. Details at lakewashingtonwindows.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters trust Kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results. Faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
This Saturday and Sunday, 500 builders will gather in Bellevue for the longest-running LEGO fan exhibition in the world, BrickCon 2025. Maidenbauer Center this weekend is your chance to see the most amazing models created by LEGO hobbyists from around the country. Purchase current, past, and custom LEGO sets, parts, and minifigs. BrickCon was awarded Event of the Year and the premier LEGO convention of the Pacific Northwest. Tickets still available at brickcon.org. Get your LEGO on at brickcon.org.
In today's competitive world, standing out isn't optional anymore. I'm Rusty George, and my agency helps builders, manufacturers, and material suppliers get louder and get noticed in order to bring in new customers. From effective brand strategies to websites and marketing campaigns that drive business, Rusty George is for builders just like you. No fluff, just results. You can build the future. We'll help you build your new business pipeline. Visit rustygeorge.com today. rustygeorge.com.
The home of the Mariners.
Left off to center. It is on its way. Julio, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
And now, tales of another way. How long can one go on with the same scent of shower soap? Sure, sandalwood is your signature aura, but today you went tropical essence. Glamping in the rainforest. Sometimes another way is the better way, like the new SR 509 Expressway, the alternate route that'll help manage congestion on I-5 and other local roads. Tolling begins soon. Save $2 per toll with a Good-to-Go pass. Learn more at goodtogo509.com.
Underestimating the trucking industry is one of the biggest mistakes I see victims and other lawyers make. Trucking companies have an army of lawyers and experts who act quickly after an accident to protect the company. Only an experienced trucking accident lawyer can navigate the complicated federal and state laws to protect your rights. If you or a loved one has been injured in a trucking accident, call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation or get my free book on trucking accident law at washingtonaccidentbooks.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Got neighbors? Big Trees can help. This is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. If you've been considering planting trees to add privacy, look no further than Big Trees. Privacy trees fill in empty spaces, help to define property lines, and add curb appeal. Learn more about Big Trees' big supply of privacy trees at bigtreesupply.com.
Beauty, privacy, instantly. Big Trees.
Washington Wednesdays is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
Washington Wednesdays, presented by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
That's right. It is Washington Wednesday, Brock, for the first time this year. And it's always fun to do that coming off of a win. We'll have trash takes coming up in 15 minutes. But where are we at with Washington Wednesday?
Well, it was pretty cool. I spent a little time in Blue 88 yesterday talking about what my eyes saw being in the building Saturday night. First of all, they got a little hazy by the end of it because, you know, when you're almost 50. And even Molly's suffering from some of this as we were driving to Dick's Burgers afterwards with one of Titus's teammates who's a big-time recruit and a 4-star lineman the Huskies really want. So what do you have to do after the game? You got to treat him to Dick's Deluxe and Dick's Special, Dick's Cheeseburger, trying to do my part right in the recruiting process.
Nice of you.
But even as we were driving there, I'm always like, man, my eyes don't work as good at midnight, 12:30, 1 in the morning by the time we got back to the house. Because it's late, man. Those late kickoffs, legitimately 8 p.m. kicks. We complain about the old Mariners 7:10 first pitch, and now they're like 6:40. An 8 o'clock kickoff is just a late night. I was impressed that the students, the not yet in school, many of them filled up the student section at kickoff. It was pretty cool. It was the most attended game on the West Coast or Western U.S., almost 68,000 ticketed fans, not all of them at the game with the late kick. But for a season opener against Colorado State, I thought it was cool. I thought there was some juice in the building. Obviously, your stars shined. They showed up. Jonah was really good. Damon was really good. Denzel Boston was really good. So your triumvirate that we're going to be talking about a bunch this season did a really nice job. And Coach Jed Fish, cut number 22, just talking about overall the quality of the first game.
I felt that our team came to play. It was a good first game to get behind us. That's a very good team. I would bet that team wins a lot of games this year. And they won 8 games last year. Coach Norvell does a great job with his football team. And, we had our work cut out for us. We knew that. But I am proud of our guys. I'm really proud of our offensive line. I thought that they did a really, really good job. We ran the ball for, I think, 283 yards, and that's pretty cool.
Totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. As I said in Blue 88, the challenge at the line of scrimmage, I don't think is going to be the offensive line. Way more depth. The Hatchet brothers both playing well. The true freshman guard who started, Salk, you got to see this guy. Maybe during trash takes or at some point. You told the audience yesterday to go to Twitter for Titus's hit.
Yeah.
You got to go to the Huskies roster.
By the way, 75,000 people have looked at my tweet of Titus.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
You got to go to the Husky roster and look up John Mills.
Okay.
If you think Gray Zabel is like the, the platonic form of an offensive guard, I raise you freshman John Mills, 6'6", 325. He's actually from the Bay Area. You wouldn't guess it looking at the picture. You would definitely say Sultan, Ording, I don't know, maybe Wapato.
He's a big boy.
You go a lot of places, but he's got a stash, he's got a mullet, and he graded out incredibly high, especially in that run game. Was one of PFF's highest graded offensive linemen in the run game. He and the right tackle, Drew as a party, were awesome. So at one point, I looked up at the scoreboard, and the Huskies, this was near the end of the third quarter, had 206 yards passing. They had 206 yards rushing. That kind of balance. Overall, it was a 500-yard rush or 500-yard total offense day. And Coach Fish is right. Like, if you schedule an opening opponent, do you want a cupcake like USC had in Missouri State? You don't really learn a lot. Is this group, ready to go with their transfers and a young quarterback against, like an Ohio State-Texas matchup? Florida State, Notre Dame? Maybe not. Alabama matchup, maybe not. But Colorado State's going to win 8 games. They're going to contend for the Mountain West. If they stay healthy, they've got a shot to win the Mountain West. And they gave them a good little test in some spots, and they ran the ball fairly effectively. Their young freshman runner for Colorado State had 92 yards on the ground, something to clean up. But I thought kind of iron sharpened iron. And then I said it to you before the game. I'll keep saying this. Jonah Coleman is must-watch television. 24 for 177, 2 touchdowns. And that doesn't even really tell the story. He is just a force every time he touches it. And then throw in DeMond's legs. And this was the play-by-play of the touchdown run. There's never been a faster Husky quarterback. Never been a faster one.
Williams, a lot of time to throw. Looking for Denzel Boston. Finding Denzel Boston. Marker down. Catch made. Touchdown right now.
I apologize. That was a touchdown pass. He did not have a run. That was an unbelievable play by him in Boston. So throw in the triumvirate offensively, throw in an offensive line that's improved, throw in a little more experience for everybody. The game kind of went the way it did. I had a little nervous energy. People did in that third quarter. I had a little nervous energy going into it because Colorado State's a mature program. A lot of 3-year guys there, 3-year starter quarterback, a veteran offensive line. They sharpened them up, and they got pressed a little bit, and they responded in a big way. And I'll say it again, DeMond Williams, fastest player in pads on the team, and fun to watch. Keeping him upright is going to be a big part of this season. Sacked 3 times. Jed said none of them were really his fault. I would contend that one of them that knocked him out of field goal range is 100% his fault. He compensates. He makes up for it because he can scamper and scramble and make explosive plays with his legs. A really good first start. 1-0. UC Davis should be 2-0 this weekend. A bye, I believe, the following, an early season bye the following week. This is the kind of start that you want if you're the University of Washington.
All right, good stuff. I love it, and I am excited to watch a little more Jonah Coleman this year and DeMond Williams. You're right, exactly the type of players that I love. Give me
a poor man's Lamar and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, same idea,
like the college
right?
level.
Same idea.
Same idea. And they mix their run game, which I like. There was some outside zone, which they want to do. There was some power. There was some read option. There was, they're going to be a handful for teams to deal with. Now, they're going to have to play a little better defense, and especially in that front 7 to contend in the Big Ten. And you mentioned what conference they're in. They're in the Big Ten. In the Big Ten, 16-2 start. Pretty good start for the Big Ten, save for Northwestern and UCLA.
All right.
They got absolutely stomped.
Brock, you're going to love this. In addition to Washington Wednesday, I should tell people that you can watch live high school football this Friday for the Seattle Sports Game of the Week presented by STSPN. The first matchup features the number 1 ranked Sumner Spartans against the number 10 ranked Lake Stevens. Do you know? Do you know what Lake Stevens is? The Vikings. Nice work.
They're the other
Live from Lake Stevens High School. You can watch the game this Friday at 7 p.m. on the Seattle Sports app exclusively. SeattleSports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page. For full 2025 matchups, go to SeattleSports.com/high school. Did you know we were doing that?
I did. I saw that note. I think it's pretty stinking cool. Pretty cool. Who do you know who is broadcasting it?
I don't.
Play-by-play color?
I think you're probably going a little deeper than my knowledge base goes, but I think it's cool
Maybe
that we're doing this.
Maybe a lot.
Well, I don't know about a lot. I mean, just a little bit deeper than what the knowledge I have currently is. But I'll try to find out for you by tomorrow. And, Lake Stevens and Sumner going to get it on Friday night, and you can watch it with the Seattle Sports app or the YouTube page or any of that. I should also say thank you to a listener, Dan Mueller. Or Miller, I don't know how he pronounces it, Mueller, who helped me figure out the iPhone issue, and I was able to change something in settings, and now, Lyle, it is working. I can type in caps lock. So prepare yourself for more all caps messages from me because it was not working before. Somehow a button had been unpushed or something. So that has been fixed. Thank you to Dan. You did a much better job than young Lyle, who didn't know what to do. He looked at it, threw up his hands. I was like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And so like most Gen Z people, he just quit. And thankfully, Dan was there to help. And now,
You didn't
now
YouTube
it's been
it, Lyle?
figured out. Yeah, Lyle, why didn't you learn that on YouTube?
Because I figured it out without YouTube.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I do it on my own phone all the time.
But your own phone was already working. Mine had an issue, and you didn't. You were just like, yeah, it doesn't work, and then you just moved on.
You think I got my degree in computer science?
I don't know if this quite qualifies. I didn't have to do any coding in order to get it figured out, but all right. Thank you to Dan. You did better work than any of us here on the show today. We appreciate that. Let's see, a couple more minutes here today, Brock. Where do I want to go? I got a few different things.
You don't have your hat on yet, huh?
I don't. No.
Mine's going to take a little.
Lyle's got something.
Go ahead,
Lyle's got something. What's up, Lyle?
Can I pay my homage to all the young Gen Z NFL fans out there? Today's a tough day for Gen Z fans in the NFL.
Why?
Per The Athletic, Stream East has been shut down after a year-long investigation. You know what that is?
I don't.
It is basically the most popular streaming site to watch NFL games for free that every college kid and kid in their 20s that you could possibly find has been using for years.
Oh, no.
And it's finally shut down.
What happened?
Because people didn't want to pay for actual NFL or for Red Zone or for the NFL package.
Yeah.
So everybody just uses these online streams, and now it's been shut down.
Go figure. So you can't just have something for free?
No.
You have to pay for it?
No.
That's too bad.
It's been shut down.
So what are you going to do?
I don't use it.
Oh, because you live with your parents.
No, just because I don't ever use it. I choose to actually pay for Red Zone every year.
But
there are a
personally?
Lot of, yeah, I pay
You
for
personally pay for Red Zone?
I paid for it for a while because
Okay.
I don't want to worry about having like glitches on my computer. But most people in their 20s don't care.
Okay.
They're just fine with using Stream East
All right.
until
Well,
now.
Dion from Tacoma is weighing in here to help you out. He says you better use NFLBite.com now, Lyle. BITE. NFLBite.com. If you're worried about Stream East, you should go to NFLBite.com.
Wasn't it a couple years ago when Reek Woolen was hurt and he was watching the game?
yes.
He posted a video and everyone was like, he's using illegal streaming. He makes millions of dollars.
That was pretty funny. Yeah.
I think he was
good.
using Stream East.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get all the services you have to get anymore.
It is exhausting. It's so funny. I remember going back to a fight I had with a friend of mine as I was like, no, it's just easier to just use cable, this and that. And he's like, cutting the cord is the greatest thing and this and that. And cable stinks. Like, well, now it's just the same thing. Now it's worse. It was better when we just had cable.
Trade-offs.
Yeah.
Life's about trade-offs.
It is, Brock. And generally, if you think you're going to get things for free, it tends not to work out that way. We're teaching the kids about when you get messages that say things like, oh, you can have this for free. Like a $750 Sephora gift card can be yours. All you got to do is click the link. Like, well, it's probably not very real.
Didn't you end up with like a $300 bill because Cecily was playing games on your iPad?
Yes, that was a while ago. She was little, but yeah, she was playing games on her iPad at night and kept purchasing like in-app purchases for like some ridiculous. It was like, you know, you get a new wand or a new this or the new like diamonds or whatever. And we got this bill for like $350. We were like, What in the world? Thankfully, if this ever happens to any of you, Apple actually has something where if your kid does something like that, they'll get you your money back because kids aren't really supposed to be doing stuff like that. So Apple does have a little safeguard in there for you, and thankfully we were able to take advantage of it. But yeah, that was real. That definitely happened. This says this is Lyle's equivalent to our LimeWire. Absolutely true. Do you remember LimeWire, Maura?
Yeah. No.
Really? Oh, after Napster got shut down, LimeWire was like the free way to download music for free for a long time. And eventually that went away as well. All right, let's see. Let's finish
It
this
infected
show
your
up.
computer with a lot of viruses, but you got free music.
It did that, yeah. And it was a trade-off that I think was probably worthwhile. Let's hear some trash takes.
Get it together. Y'all look like trash.
Trash takes.
It's a bunch of trash.
Oh, gosh. I thought it was trash. On Brock and Salk. That's a terrible take.
All right, no to the person who says, wait a minute, I thought Washington Wednesday and Trash Takes was the same thing. No, they're very different.
whoa.
That is
I
unnecessary.
didn't talk about the Cougs running 22 times for 2 yards. It's not
that
nice.
happen?
Versus Idaho.
Yeesh. That's not good. They won, though.
Big Kyle was there.
Big
22
Kyle's off all
rushes.
week. He's still recovering from being there.
22 rushes for 2 yards. And he said that didn't even tell the story.
Really? It was worse than that?
Yes.
That's pretty funny. All right, who's the reigning champ this week?
Me.
Brock
Me,
is.
because Maura hates golf, hates patriotism, hates the Ryder Cup, hates all
that
of
was
it.
obnoxious. All right, so
It's
Maura,
bad
you got to
too.
go first.
Okay. I'm certainly pandering this week because this gentleman was brought up earlier and I was able to find a quote from him.
I mean, how many times can you pander? Seriously.
Why would you not cater to the person that's making decisions in a game you're playing? It's just strategy. It's smart.
Okay. Strategery.
Bruce Arians is now going to be on with Pat McAfee every Tuesday.
Oh,
And
jeez.
He was on yesterday, and
Come on. It's too much.
he said in a big game he would take Big Ben over any quarterback.
The big games, I'll take him over all of them.
He's just a dog, right?
Total.
He is in everything, it feels like. He's,
Oh, yeah,
he's
he
a
don't
master.
lose.
Take
He
him over
hates-
all of them, Bruce?
He hates
All of
losing.
them, Bruce?
In the big game.
Bruce, all
You
of
heard
them?
what he said.
You all heard what he said.
big
We
game.
did. I heard
He's the only one that I've had that had to go 92 yards to win the Super Bowl.
That's fair.
And
he won.
And has to leave a game 5 times and look like he might not come back.
Question. Did you listen to more of that? Was he saying of all the quarterbacks he's ever coached or all the quarterbacks ever? This is going to affect
Even if
my
it's of
opinion.
all the ones he's coached, Tom Brady's in there.
That's true. I forgot that he coached Tom Brady. Well, Brady really just coached him, I think, at that point. But okay, you're right, Maura. Okay, never mind. It doesn't
Do you remember
matter.
his setup when he was coaching Brady? He had like the thing not on his hip
Oh,
anymore
yeah.
to press the button. He had like a
yeah, it was like a sports
like a laser
bro.
tag. It was like laser tag.
It's like a sports bro. That's what happens when you twice end up eating paint chips. All right, Maura, good one. Bruce Arians to lead us off. Lyle, what do you have today?
There was a lot of trash takes this week. I think I got to go to the world of college football. So, ahead of all the games on Saturday, they're previewing them, they're getting ready, and then they throw to Paul Feinbaum, who had taken his own right about Ohio State, Texas, and Arch Manning.
It is the biggest opening game I think we have ever had, and there are a lot of reasons for it, but the main reason is Arch Manning. I've said it, so I'll say it again. He's the best player we have seen from every aspect since Tim Tebow. In terms of magic and majesty and buzz, that's where we are.
I love the adjectives. Magic and majesty.
Very Disney
We're
World.
just playing a game.
Arch Manning is the best player we've seen since Tim Tebow.
Yikes.
That didn't really reflect that on Saturday.
It didn't age very well.
No, it aged terribly. He was getting dunked on all weekend for that one.
Understandably.
Who was it that came on his show? Was it Brian Kelly? I think it was Brian
Phyllis
Kelly.
from Mulga?
No,
Brian-
it was Brian Kelly, and he said to Paul Feinbaum, I think he was referencing this take.
Oh,
said-
he was.
And he said, yeah, you had a tough week too, Paul, but I'm still here on your show, and
Oh,
you're still
wow.
here.
He said, I come on with you, Paul, win or lose. And, good for you. You come on after losing this weekend.
That's pretty
good.
Yeah, that's funny.
Pretty good.
Okay. All right. Well, Paul Feinbaum says that Arch Manning has magic and majesty and is the best player we've seen since Tebow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so mine is trash, and it is flat out delusional. You remember that video of Sean McVay years ago sitting up in the stands, and I forget who it was with, but he was talking about plays from 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago, and he could recite every detail of those plays. So remember McVay's just photographic memory?
Yep.
Deion Sanders, after the game, they lost Friday night to Georgia Tech. They lost 27-20. After the game, and by the way, they get the ball with a minute to go. They have 2 timeouts. They're on 23-yard line. Minute 7 to go, 2 timeouts. Down 7, got to go down the field and score. After the game, he totally screws it up. He's like, well, he was asked about why you went home with 2 timeouts. And he said, well, we went out of bounds on the right. We went out of bounds on the left. Problem is they didn't. So 3 days later, for sure, right, he's going to address it and say, hey, I screwed that up. No, he's going to double down on delusional.
First down, we throw a lateral pass, right? We lose, 4 or 5 yards? Do you call timeout there? No, you're right there. You don't call timeout there. You got to go. You got to go. So you're running tempo, right? So the next play, what, you gain, I guess, 14 yards, whatever. Now
Just
you got
pause real quick.
third and 1.
Pause.
Right?
Pause real quick. Actually, you know what? They gained 2 yards on that first pass. They didn't lose 4 or 5. He gained 2 yards on that first pass. So now it's 2nd and 8. Then, okay, go ahead. Continue.
I wasn't prepared to have to pause, so I hit stop, and now we have to start over. I have to find the right
Oh, we have to hear more of this?
Okay.
That's all right.
What, 4 or 5 yards? Do you call timeout there? No, you're right there. You don't call timeout there. You got to go. You got to go. So you're running tempo, right? So the next play, what, you gain, I guess, 14 yards, whatever. Now you
11.
got 3rd and 1, right? Do you call timeout there?
Yes.
3rd and 1. You get the
Yes,
first
you do.
down, the clock
Yes, you
stops.
do. Clock's running.
Correct?
But the clock
Clock's
stops
So you
with
get
the
the
first down.
The clock stopped. Okay, he scrambled play. He ran out of bounds. The clock stopped, right? Now we throw the ball out the end zone. Clock stopped, right? So when was the time to call timeout?
And when their 45 seconds ran off the clock. When it went from 107 to 18 seconds. That's when you call timeout, delusional. What the heck are you talking about? 40 seconds comes off the clock because you don't call, and you went home with 2 timeouts. You would think 3 days later somebody would say, hey, Deion, you're not wearing any clothes, bro. The King's got no clothes.
Jeez.
But nobody does.
No.
Nobody does.
All right. Well, thank you, all 3 of you, for your submissions this week for trash takes.
Wait, because of your paint chip thing with Bruce Arians, did you see what the 805 said?
No.
Are we sure Bruce wasn't referencing Benjamin Moore?
He would be if he was talking about a late night snack. Brock, sorry. Deion's delusional.
Oh, my
No kidding. Sorry. Anyway, we're just going to dismiss that one. This is really a 2-horse race between Paul Feinbaum and
I'm
Bruce
giving you the Lou
Arians.
Piniella from last night.
You can give me whatever you want. You're not close on this one.
Oh, my gosh.
These two are neck and neck. How do I decide between Paul Feinbaum saying that Arch Manning had the magic and majesty to be the greatest player since Tim Tebow, and Bruce Arians saying that in the clutch he'd take Big Ben over Tom Brady? Well, here's the thing, Lyle. I appreciate that you
This isn't here's the thing. That's tomorrow at 8, pal.
I appreciate where you're coming from. The only problem is that Feinbaum might still be proven right. Arch Manning was horrific on Saturday, but he still has a whole career in front of him. And so to dunk on him now is premature. This may end up being one of the dumb takes of all time, but as of today, the kid's only played in 1 game and did it against an NFL defensive coordinator and a really good Ohio State team. I don't think he was very good, but I'm not going to it can't defeat the absolute idiocy of Bruce Arians saying that he would rather have Big Ben for a final drive than Tom Brady. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That might be we might have to retire trash takes, or at the very least say that Bruce Arians isn't allowed to participate
I
anymore.
knew Bruce Arians would lock it up for me.
Think about how dumb that is. Think about it. Think about how unbelievably stupid that comment is. Trashest take I've heard in a while. Mora wins. Bruce Arians, nice job. Mora. Brock, you lose. Lyle, you can't
Not only pandering with Arians, but pandering with Big Ben. Way to go, Mora.
The whole thing.
I got to rethink my strategy.
You're coming off a win. You won last week.
You got to have a list of the people
That's
Salk
right.
hates.
But I had to think about how ridiculous that was. I mean, it's not like I randomly woke up one day and was like, I don't like this guy, Bruce Arians. He's an absurdity.
Big Ben won a couple Super Bowls for him.
I didn't say Big Ben wasn't a good player. He is. He coached Tom Brady. That's lunacy coming from a loon. All right, Bump and Stacy up next. Only great takes from them. Only the best. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow morning. And apparently Greg Olson's going to join us at 7:30. This should be rich. Hopefully I won't screw it up like I did with Bruce Arians. We'll be back at 6 a.m. And until then, the Hay
Barn.
See everybody.
Get to the chopper!
Touchdown Seahawks!
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football with the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel.
Number 71, Walter Jones. As strong as any defensive player he faced, he had the feet of a dancing bear, and he had hands that once they gripped you, he wasn't going to let go.
The next great chapter in Seahawks history begins Sunday in the season opener against the 49ers at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05.
On the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
In the Pacific Northwest, choose Star Rentals for construction equipment. With 18 locations, they deliver superior service and unmatched follow-through. Visit starrentals.com. Star Rentals, the preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here, and let me tell you about one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. That's when I went to K2 Vision for RLE. That's Refractive Lens Exchange. Now, Dr. Kopstein started K2 Vision with Dr. King from King LASIK, the most experienced LASIK surgeon in the Northwest. King LASIK plus K2 Vision equals freedom vision for every stage of life. No glasses, no contacts, readers, or cataracts. Now, if you're somebody that struggles with distance vision and now you always need a pair of reading glasses, K2 Vision RLE could be your perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top: you never develop a cataract. Now, if you're somebody like me that had a pair of readers in every room of the home, in your car, you had to bring them into the restaurant with you. Otherwise, like me, you couldn't read the menu. That has all been rectified thanks to RLE. So whether it's LASIK, EVO ICL, or RLE, trust the most experienced team of doctors to recommend what's best for you. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at 4hers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At 4hers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. These include oral medication kits and compounded GLP-1 injections, the same active ingredient that's in Ozempic and Wegovy. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits starts at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hers brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments that put your goals first. Reach your weight loss goals with help from Hers. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Seattle without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Seattle for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FREE to 64,000. Seattle is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop this week right here in Seattle and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FREE to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FREE to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FREE to 64,000.
With football season comes colder weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here with Keith Dashafeet from locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. So Keith, what's your next big play?
Well, Steve, right now get 40% off qualifying installs or no payments and no interest for 12 months on approved credit.
Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Mariners fell to the Rays last night, dropping their second consecutive game. They've lost 4 of 5 on this road trip so far. The series finale today at 4:35 p.m. Pregame show at 3:30 on Seattle Sports. The only good news from the Mariners game was actually the outside scoreboard. The Astros lost to the Yankees, Royals lost to the Angels, and Rangers lost to the Diamondbacks.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.